barricaded himself in.
Yeah, I think we should be live. Good evening, ladies and gents. And here he comes. There he is.
Just in the nick of time.
Good evening, ladies and gents, and welcome back to GKP Live. I hope you're all good. I hope you've all had a good week and everybody is doing good. You literally just made that then by the skin of your teeth, Mick. I just clicked on live and up popped your little character. Extremely slow. Well then.
I'm off to dance.
Okay. It was live then for a split second. We shall kick off the show and we'll be right back after this. At the back. Yeah, she is. This would have, if I were going to pick this show, there you go, guys. I would have picked that one. Still got a lot more up to come. Nice patterning, nice separation. Look at that, beautiful fish. And again, check this out, guys. This is something else. That is beautiful. Absolutely stunning. Yeah. Nice wild common trout coming up for a piece of bread. Perfect. Let's have a look at his koi facility again and look at this full cherry blossom. Absolutely beautiful. I'm going to get from the other side so we've got the sun behind us so that you can see this bit. This is absolutely stunning. Yeah, it is. Yeah, it is. Beautiful. Without further ado, I'll get us inside, have a look round, and let you see what you think. Catches in in this whole complex. The fish is stunning. Absolutely beautiful. One bat after another. Really nice, exactly right. Welcome back. Caught you again mid-texting.
I ain't got time for that.
How you doing, Daz?
All right, thanks, mate. You had a good
I'm
week?
back on the road. Are you back in business?
Yes.
Sweet.
Finally. God.
How's the car, Mick? How's the new fresh wheels?
It's all right. It's don't special.
You done it?
It's all right.
It's all right. Not, you're not recommending then? Oh, maybe.
Oh, definitely not.
Definitely not. Oh,
Definitely
God.
not.
That's had a lasting impression then, not for very long.
Yeah.
Honeymoon period's over.
Yeah, that was a short honeymoon. Got your leg over once.
Yeah, it was okay. It's
File for a divorce.
What's it called? I mean, you've seen how bad the sat nav was.
Yeah, I've got that. Yeah. That sat nav said that we were going roundabout when we were joining M1.
It's a bit of a lag, wasn't
it? Yeah. It still showed us at the far side of the roundabout. It was let's put it this way, we're dog shit on it.
Yeah.
Well, you might be able to update that. You might be able to get that sorted out. All right, well, we'll kick off this evening's conversations and welcoming to everybody that's dropped a few comments. The first one we've got is a boom with first from Skeggy. How's it doing? How did your week go? We've got Twisted Toy, that's Shazam, second cupcakes with thumbs up. Mwah from Skegget. Dave Littlewood, that's jumped in to third with a LOL smash.
Evening, Dave.
Benjamin Gary, I was first to hit the like button though. Good man. That's the one that came. Thank you very much. Mike Bass says, evening all, winter's coming. John
Evening,
Stone.
Mike. How did you get on with the concrete base, mate?
That's a good one. Jon Snow knows nothing. Apart from the White Walkers, he knows all about them.
How did you get on with your concrete base, Mike? Because he was putting a concrete base in for his son or son-in-law on Monday, I think it was. And I don't think the weather was that good. Hope you got it done all right, mate.
Yeah, we're a bit miserable up here on Sunday. I hope it didn't end up well. Did you have it sheeted off? Fingers crossed you did. Have you noticed that? It's like a sunny glow in here. It's like I've just been messing around with my lighting, changing my lights, and I've turned them from a warm light, from the blue lights to a warm light, and it's like the Bahamas in here. Feels all.
We have noticed, Gaz.
You say you've got that bohemian glow.
Yeah. Whoa, hang on, but we can do some glows, can't we? We've got some. I can do the old. Ooh. A little bit of a lemon.
That's a Shrek look.
Yeah, we could go for an half attack, and you don't want to see me when I get angry. Bit of Hawaii. Check out the new pink merch.
That's pretty cool, that is.
Go back to the old 80s.
Smurf.
The old black and white. Throwing it right back in time. And back to the normal. Yeah.
Keep it like that.
A new program, and I want to buy the full version because if I wave my hand, I can have like a cartoon character waving an hand or a thumbs up or emojis. You can make them all match your hand movements.
Yeah.
Pretty good, pretty funny. I might be treating myself to that one. So then, what you've been up to this week?
Bitting and bobbing. Just a bit of general maintenance on the koi side of things. I haven't had time for much else. Busy working, playing patios. Fish still doing well though.
You were busy last weekend as well, weren't you?
Oh yeah. We weren't going to do anything.
Last minute thing, wasn't it?
It was. We was going to do some maintenance in the tunnel, just do water changes and that, and then we picked up a spade. Just dig 1 or 2 holes, and before we knew it,
it's Colin's fault.
Yeah, it was Colin.
Colin, the shovel influencer.
Yeah. It's good. It got the ball rolling, and we nearly smashed it, haven't we? Just one side to do. You got
a fair bit done, didn't you? Which all this will be a lot more understandable for everybody else later on when I show Mick Lawson's first production.
Yes, we're nominating for a BAFTA.
Oh yeah.
He's had a go doing his own first little video, and to be fair, I think it's quite good. Apart from the odd 1 or 2 camera issues, which we had to make that with just positioning. But it takes
to get used to, that does.
Yeah, it takes a bit of getting used to. But once you've got your head around it and you remember, the worst thing is if you don't have the rotation on and you start filming in that position and then you turn it that way, it'll still record in that position, which is I think what Mick might have done. So, but anyway, we will show all those later on. And I also have a couple of people's, which was Ross Jacob and Sean Morris's tropical fish tank to show. That sent me through some video footage and some still photos of their setups and what they do in the evening. And we also have my new tank, which I scaped and redid last night and finished off this evening when I brought on a few more plants. But we'll show them later on. We'll go back to the comments. We've got Charlie Bitter Brown, who says, evening all.
All right.
How's it going, Charlie? My Koi Journey says, good evening all. How you doing, mate? Are we good?
Evening.
We've got hi all from Hillsley. Evening, Hillsley. Well, mate.
Hi, Hillsley.
Now then, that's one that I didn't get off because that one's on Instagram and I can't damn well link my second account on Instagram to my PC for some reason. I need to mess around with that one and all. Skeggy says, evening all.
Evening, Skeggy.
Evening, guys.
Mike K.H., the new server admin, says, evening all.
Evening, Mr. Bogwood.
the Bogwood millionaire. Max Coy, Garden and Bonsai says hi all with a thumbs up. How you doing, Matt?
Hi, mate.
Hi, mate.
Birmingham Gary says, evening, guys. Good evening, Gary. Hope you're well, mate.
Yeah.
Massive big thank you, bud, from me and from Mick for sorting him out. Appreciate it, mate.
Thank you, mate.
It will. They're all at present in a quarantine, not because we're saying.
Oh yes. I blame him, Gary. Did we get a video of them?
There till we can get
Happy,
out of mixed pond, and then from those fish back into mixed pond, there's some moving around to do. In between some ponds to be built, which you will see shortly. Koi Karma says, evening all, hope all is good. How you doing, Dave?
Evening.
Hiya, Mikey. I'll have your baby. No, and a reference to the I'll have your baby from last week's link. He kept every now and again on our YouTube channel. You get these funny little links, and sometimes if you transfer them, translate them to see what they mean and what they say. That's one of the things that it did say. Up north, Koi Pond, Sai says, guys, we were waving hand. How are you doing? Koi Karma says, got to pop out, but I will be on later. See you soon, Dave.
No worries.
Koyagi Design says, evening. Good evening, mate. Hope you're well.
Koyagi.
Mikey 8 says, hello, Colin, with a laughing face. Is I'll have you, baby. Chris Smith says, hi all. How you doing, Chris? Hope you're well.
Hi, mate.
Koi Karma, thank you for going. Still obviously hanging around in the background. Says, hi, Si, thumbs up. Dave Littlewood says, evening, everyone. Evening, Dave. Hope you're well, mate. Hope pond's good.
Evening,
Fish are
Dave.
well. Pond is good. Phil Telford Koi Pond says, good evening, everyone, with a little waving hand. Good evening, Phil. Hope you're on the
Hi,
family.
Phil.
World. West Brom Koi, new up and coming channel, guys. Swing round, go pay him a visit. Very new, just get himself up and out of the ground, so to speak. Not with his pond, obviously, but with his channel. Have a swing by and say hello. Skeggy says, evening side, Dave and Phil. Dave Littlewood says, Dave JR or SNR? LOL. Gary says, hello.
Junior or senior.
Hello. How you doing? Your name? Skeggy says, both Dave, why I said it twice. I know, LOL. Yep, I'll be JR. There you go. Chris Enton says, evening, guys. Hope you're all well. And you too.
Hi, mate.
Good. Thank you very much. We're all doing well. I'm personally doing good. These guys are. There's no complaints as of yet. Skeggy, can you just be DT for easier? No, DT does not exist anymore. Koi Karma says, hi, Daz. Skeggy. So everybody knew who he was talking about. This is getting confusing. No, not DT anymore. So okay, there you go. Chris Guy says, hi all, and good evening. Good evening. Hope you're well.
Evening.
Martin says, good evening, you lovely bunch of koi keeping nutters. With a photo.
Evening, Martin.
Well, mate. Too many Daves, too many Dazzers, too many Gazzers. Yeah, this does get rather confusing. There is a lot of Dave. Telford Koi Pond says, Skeggy, Pete, Dave, Si, Mike, Vince, and all. David Cook says, hello, Gaz, Daz, and Mick. Hiya, Dave. Hope you're well. Skeggy says, evening, Martin. Koi Karma says, hi, Martin. Skeggy says, Whip Week was awesome. I bet it was. Dave Cook says, hello all in the chat. West Brom, Phil, with a wave. Koi Karma, Dave, thumbs up. Hello, Martin Skypon from Garden, mate, from Dave. Paul Mack, good evening. It is me, or has the last week flown? Mate,
Last year's flown.
Well, yeah, really, when you think of it like that, this year has gone fast. I can't believe that we're coming towards end of season, and by which I mean, pushing up into well, what is it?
6 weeks till Christmas.
6 weeks till Christmas, which is nuts, man. But yeah, it has flown, hasn't it? That's absolutely gone crazy. David Cook says, hello, Skeggy. Mike Bass says, concrete slab, 20 by 10, poured Monday, 2 days of sunshine, set perfect. Wait.
Oh, brilliant. Great.
That's what you want.
Yeah.
Dave Littlewood says, I've got a quick question for everyone. What do you do with mind your own business in winter if backy shower is off?
Nothing really. It'll carry on growing. It's indestructible. You can't kill the bloody stuff.
I'd just say water it every now and again, mate, if it was me.
Yeah,
but
don't let it dry out completely.
it's going to be a bit difficult with no water cascading through it unless it gets any natural rain.
The mist sprayer, just go over it with a mist sprayer once every 2 weeks or whatever, just so it doesn't dry out and die.
There you go.
Like I say, it's tough stuff.
Yeah.
And we do live in the UK as well when it's winter.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's under. He's got a thingy, a roof over the top of his pond. I'm sure.
Right. Because it can be a bit tender if it gets really cold and frosty. The frost can burn the top layer of foliage off, but it will grow back from sort of the roots and the stems lower down.
There you go. From our technical advising landscape gardener. Skeggy says, hi, Dave. David Cook says, hello, Koi Karma, Dave. David Cook, thumbs up. From Martin, Skeggy says, you're meant to protect it from frost, Dave. Bring it indoors, or at least some of it. Yeah. Well, I suppose if you've got a lot of it, Dave, you could always separate a bit out and move it indoors. See if you can keep it. Yeah. Simon Shears says, hi all. Hi, Simon.
Right.
Good.
Hi, Simon.
Hillsley says, my builders have just completed my patio.
Ooh.
Sweet. Photos to come, no doubt. We'll see it on Instagram if you're posting and sharing. Good question, DT. I've just asked that in my next vid. There you go. Well, you've just had your answer from two people. Sample some, save some, take it inside. And the other one, keep misting it, keep it watered, and try not to allow it to dry out too much.
The thing with tender plants, if you keep them on the dry side, they don't suffer as bad in a hard frost. If you keep them absolutely saturated, all the water in the plant will freeze solid and it will kill it. It'll do more damage. So always err on the side of caution. Don't overwater them through the winter, just enough to keep them alive.
Everything but koi. New pond next year, Gaz. Yes, mate. 100%. The pond is going ahead next year. Technically, there's no real reason not to do, which my wife reminded me of by saying, well, you're not going to be having any more running in that one than what you've got running on this one, unless you had a shower on, which ain't going to make that much of a difference unless I split and go to 5,000 for the filter system and 5,000 hopefully into the shower. So yeah, definitely 100% going ahead next year. Just when, I don't know. I want to really, ideally, I'd like to wait till the crap weather's gone. So maybe after April and then make it and get it up and running so that I can get it. And I'm going to have to do, because fish are growing. And if they grow again like what they've done this year, yeah, we're going to be in trouble. We're going to be in trouble because there'll be way too many fish in that pond. Now, as some of you may have seen, I have added a few of the smaller fish in. And the reason for doing so is putting a couple of the small ones. I did say I was going to move them into next season. I put one in 2 weeks earlier, and that one looks like it's doubled in size. So my idea and my hope is that throughout the last little bit of this year, I might be able to get a little bit of size on those fish, and then hopefully the deeper water being in there, more insulated pond, I won't have to run any risks of perhaps maybe losing them, because the ones in the little pond, that pond's so much colder because there's no protection around it. There's no to it. It's just those little, now then, the Blagden pond, there's nothing to them other than a framework, and then some, is it like rattan?
It's rattan, a liner on the inside, yeah.
On rattan covering on the outside, and then literally the frame of the actual liner itself is just hung and suspended. So there's nothing really, there's no insulation, no.
Oh, the infinity pool.
Yeah, so the temperature in there has proper dropped, and those fish are they're not coming up, they're not feeding. For the last 4 days, I've put a bit of food on it morning, and it's still been there at the end of the day. So I've netted it off, took it off, binned it, and I'm just going to leave them until they do come up. And if they do, then they'll get a little bit when warmer days are. But fruit, majority of the day, they've not had now for the last 4 days. So in the big pond, the little ones have been coming up to top and feeding with them. So they ain't shy at all. And still feeding and still taking it quite well as well. Not as much, obviously, as what we were, but still doing a little bit. But your guys, you're still feeding? Still?
Yeah. They're still feeding well. The big fish in the big pond are really knocking it back. And I've noticed they're putting quite a bit of spawn weight on now. The last 2 or 3 weeks,
I was surprised now. I was were either Mick or Mike or Jeff that spotted it when I was showing them at weekend when I was in between doing bits of filming. They're like, "Wow, God, Kaku looks to have plumped up a little bit." But
it was me. Yeah.
it was you, Mick.
A Monster has as well. She's putting some spawn weight on now. I can see it.
Yeah.
So yes, to answer your question, mate, 100%, it will be getting built next year.
Just get Colin round. It'll be 7 foot deep before you know it.
Dave Littlewood says, "Would you send my truck tank, but don't have you on Facebook, Gaz?" Yeah, I thought I don't remove that. Leave it with me, mate. When we get into the Daz and Mix side of things, I'll have a look, bud, and I'll see if we can sort it. Charlie Bifter Brown says, "Mick's still up and coming. I've come and been up. Not sure if that sounded right." Yeah. Oh, here we go. This is the one name I hate saying more than anything because I always get it wrong. Cecia, is that right? Did I do it? I did.
I can't remember.
It's Seskia.
Yeah.
It's Seskia, isn't it?
Seskia.
That's what she's double bracketed at the end of. Seskia.
There you go. Right, Seskia. There, it's even there at the end. You got my name correct.
Is that Seska? There's no I in it.
Seskia, yeah.
See, even right.
It's Seska as in Francesca.
We change your name to Steve. Dear. Sorry, we've got a hi all, everyone. Gaz, is about time. You got my name correct. Yeah. Sorry again, apologies. Mike KH says, Mick Torrentino Lawson, very good job. Yeah. Birmingham Gary says, yeah, show a video. They're yours now. Well, that's the thing. He didn't film them. When he was doing his...
We did live, didn't we?
Yeah. He did show me. He's shown actually.
We'll film them this Sunday.
Yeah, we'll film it. We'll get them on film this Sunday, mate. We'll show them. But yeah,
they've all settled in well. They're all feeding. Happy as Larry.
Here we go. Bit of a tickly forehead. I'm going to say it wrong again. It's taken me a year to get him to say Deutsche, right? It's taken me a year. Good luck with that. And I'm just David Cook said, hello, up north, Koi Pond. And we got an LOL, Skege. Skege, I'll send a pic of the mind your own business tomorrow. I'll send you a mind your own business tomorrow, and see how big it is. There you go, Skege. Look out for that tomorrow. I bet it's Mahusiv, Dave. Easy target.
I bet it is.
We're still talking about baby's tears, so mind your own business. I'm saying nothing does. Gotta be careful now. We could be going anywhere. Life around the Koi Pond says, hi guys, hope you're well. I've taken the Jamie from around the pond. Got a bit fed up of it. We're going to stick it out over winter mums and see what happens. Well, I'll tell you what'll happen, mate. Yeah. Fish will go into torpor. They'll drop to the bottom of the pond. They'll chill out and relax through the winter mums. Come spring, they'll spring back into action, and everything will be perfectly fine, mate. That's what will happen, just like it does throughout all the UK, all over the world, where they don't go out there and cover them in plastic sheets and bubble wrap and polythene and everything else. Nature takes care of itself.
Our ponds,
We were talking
are
about
shallower than Jamie's.
Go on, bud.
And so our ponds are both shallower than Jamie's, aren't they? Not yours and mine. And I mean, you get some serious cold weather. And mine's frozen to about 2 inches thick. Never had any issues with the fish. As long as you break a hole in the ice so they let the gas out, then there's no need to mollycoddle them.
The only time I've seen a problem was once my dad had, I don't know whether it were, we're struggling a bit with swim bladder or what, but one of the fish almost looked like it was like a pocket of a bubble, and the fish was in the bubble, and it looked like it was frozen in. Now, whether it was or not, my dad thawed it off. He put a bucket of warm water on top of the ice till it melted through, but the fish were fine. But it looked like it was trapped inside the ice. But that fish, I think it lived for at least another 6-7 years. But one thing did happen. It got like a kink spine. It did go with a bit of a bend to its tail. Whether that would down to that or what,
did you just say make sure when it ice froze over, make sure you pop an hole in it?
Well, not pop a hole in it. No, don't recommend it with anything daft like that.
No, you have to pour it out.
Got stainless steel balls about the size of a big football. We'll have them floating around on the pond in the winter. And when it freezes, just lift that out, and it leaves a perfect hole for the gases to come through.
I believe for that does stainless steel balls.
Big balls.
Don't ever go cracking a hole.
No, that's a big no. No, hot water, melt a hole through, or like I say, put something in there that's going to keep a hole.
I've never yet, even up here, had mine freeze over. Never. But I had the 2 points of air going in and left that running. I left the air on all, but it partially did in the middle, but never fully.
Mine did.
Never worried me was the deep layer of snow that I got on, which I just scraped off, which snowshoe.
When we had that beast from the east, mine froze all the way up to where the water was coming back out of the filter box again. And I had like a little puddle of spare water, that open water there kind of thing.
But for me, I will be doing exactly the same thing, Jamie. My fish will be roughing it hardcore. I mean, they're double hard bastards because they're from Yorkshire, so they're going to be worried. It's cold up here in summer, never mind winter. So
what's it? They're knuckle.
Was it right?
Knuckle. What is it? Knuckle dragging what?
Knuckle dragging Neanderthal.
Somebody that we know to us as knuckle dragging Northerners.
Yeah.
The thing is, if you want your fish to spawn, you've got to give them a natural winter. That much we do seem to know.
I mean, more than anything, Jamie, that must have been a pain in the ass just for you. I mean, I personally think a lot of people, the videos will all be coming out now. Everybody will be putting the pond covers on. But I reckon it's early. And there's some people put them on way too early, and some people take them off way too late, in my opinion. But it's each to their own. That's what makes us all different. We all do it our own different ways, don't we? So it's not it's a right and a wrong. We do what we feel is right for our own fish.
Yeah.
If fish are feeding, you shouldn't really be putting the covers on.
Yeah, that's where I look at it. If they're coming up and they're coming up for some food, then that tells me fish are still happy. They're still, mine are cruising around all Saturday and Sunday. They were just back and forth all day long, moving around. They were plenty active. They fed 7 times on Sunday, but it did warm up a little bit, and I didn't give them too much too soon. I waited till it got up like 12 degrees, and I gave them a few handfuls, and then I fed them about 7 times through the day, and they smashed it all lot. They never left any of it. So they're still eating, feeding
as well. Sorry, mate, I know I'm booked in. But
no.
I've seen a couple of instances where fish have bashed themselves on covers as well when they've been too active and they put the covers on too early. Especially if they've got like a feeding hole in the cover, the fish have come up and bumped the nose or whatever and injured themselves on the covers.
Yeah. I do think that some people perhaps are doing it a little too early. But there's no wrong with being prepared, but sticking them on. I mean, I understand it if you're heating. Obviously, you'll maintain and keep some of that heating. But from what some people say, polycarb doesn't really keep that much heating either. We're talking with Mike tonight, weren't we? Sorry, not Mike, Jeff. And Jeff's talking about putting some of those specialised balls all over his pond as well and putting some on. He's going to need about 2,000 of them to cover his pond. So that ain't going to be too cheap, but again, it allows it to gas off with the gaps between them all, doesn't it? But how much heat it'll keep in? I mean, to be fair, to say Jeff lives at the coast, he's still pushing 15, 16 degrees and so. So, I mean, he's still getting relatively good temperatures throughout the day, throughout the week, where we've been dropping down to like 9 and 10.
Yeah.
But again, like I said, if my fish come up and they're wanting food, they're getting it. That's how I've always done it, and it's not done them any harm up to press. When they don't come up, like my little ones in Little Pond, they are coming up. They're pretty, I wouldn't say lifeless, but they've certainly slowed down a heck of a lot, and they're all grouped up a little bit, and then through the day as it warms up a bit, then they're a bit more active. But I tried even at weekend to see if they wanted a bit, but they weren't interested in it at all, so I just scooped it back off. Leave them to it. They'll eat it when they want, and they won't when they don't. Where were we on that one? Hi, Skeggy. Hope you're okay, mate. From Life Around the Koi Pond. Nip in Koi says, evening all. Good evening.
Evening.
You're doing good. Life Around from Skeggy. Life Around says, hello, Nip in Koi. Shrink wrap was an awesome idea. I say it's an awesome idea to take the wind chill off. That's all I think you would have achieved with it. You wouldn't have got the insulation properties from it, but it is what it is, and it would have definitely taken the wind chill off. And that's when if you're not covering up or you're putting your covers on, that's really all we're really doing, aren't we? Knocking off that wind chill over the surface, especially if you're out at ground.
This is an exposed position. I mean, your pond's pretty enclosed all the way around. You've got a fair.
It's fenced off all the way around, but it's not quite the same when you're out around.
Top of a hill and it absolutely howled past. Then I could see the benefit. You do whatever you could to keep the wind chill off.
Yeah. You don't put out on yours, doesn't Mick? You don't. I'm guessing you don't bother with yours.
No.
Let me know who covers, who doesn't. Take your answers in the comment. Skeggy says shrink wrap was a good idea. We've had that one. Lisa Leach says, good evening, Lisa. Nip in Koi. With a little logo in the back sound. So I'm guessing Lisa Nips. Yeah. Partner. Ish. Oh, did you say right or wrong thing there? I get myself in trouble way too much at work saying that. But tell your husband. No. I ain't got an husband. Oh, shit. Oh, sorry. Skeggy says I've managed to kill it.
Well, mind your business.
What?
Yeah, that stuff's supposed to be indestructible, isn't it? I thought so at the time, but just couldn't stand looking at it. Yeah, it looks like you were shipping your pond off to somewhere. You just needed a massive UK mail sticker sticking outside of it, and somebody coming in with a forklift truck and off it goes for a delivery. Koi Karma said, hi, Dave. See, with a thumbs up. Dave Littlewood says, just don't plant mind your own business in the grass. Yeah. If you plant it in your garden, mate, that stuff will get a hole real damn quick and spread out. And you can't kill it either because the root system, it keeps growing back from it.
Yeah.
Nip says, showers on 24/7, 365. There you go, Dave. We're thinking about, mate. Showers on 24/7, 365. So if you can keep his one running, maybe, I don't know if he's heated or not. We'll find out. Mike Bass says, mind your own business. Lives in the north. Lives in a notch around the top of the pond with a strip of felt that acts as a wick to keep it watered. Now then, there's a good idea. Yeah, there you go. Wicket, and not a cricket wicket or a cricket bat, Mike. Before you post it. That's another inside joke, guys. Sorry about that one. Nip in Koi, unless heated, no point, no bacteria. bacterial in the shower below 10 degrees?
Well,
there's a little bit, but yeah, I agree, mate. There's very little, but there is some, but very little. Go on, Mick, go on. I know you started.
This always baffles me. Why do people always think the bacteria dies off? Or all the bacteria dies off in the filter box? It doesn't.
Because when you Google it tells you the majority does.
Right. But it doesn't die off. It goes into a dormant stage.
101.
It goes into a dormant stage. You will lose some. I'm not saying you don't lose any, but the bacteria does go into a dormant stage like your koi does. And as soon as the temperature comes up again, it will start reproducing. I mean, the reproduction rate of a bacteria, what is it, guys? You should know this.
I think it was every 4 seconds.
4 seconds. It multiplies.
4 seconds, bacteria
2 becomes 4, 4 becomes 8, 8 becomes 16, and so on.
Yeah, every 4 seconds. So even if it does drop off, it comes back damn fast.
Yes.
Hence the reason why your KH gets nailed in your moving bed filters so much when you've got a moving bed, because the bacteria multiplies that fast, but it also dies off pretty quick, and it's replenished and so on and so forth. But that's what uses your KH. So,
yes.
Well, it's one of the things. Nip, we've had that one, I've said it already. West Brom Koi. What temps would you guys feed Sakai Akari multi-season down to? I think best thing, mate. I think it says on bag, doesn't it?
It does, yeah. So I think it's between 8 and 10. I believe it may be.
It said it down to. Bag says it can be fed down to 5 degrees.
5 degrees.
Not that I'll feed it at those temps.
I'd say it's 10. 10. I mean, 8 to 10. I would say.
10, yeah.
The way I look at it, mate, is these guys that produce these foods do a lot of research into it.
Yeah.
And if we ain't going to take the advice of the specialists and the researchers that say it can go down to 5 degrees, all that research they did was a waste of time. But
a good general rule of thumb: if you go outside in the cold, if you can see your breath, it's below 10 degrees, and generally the fish, they're very reluctant to feed. I mean, I know that from fishing. If I go carp fishing, if I can see my breath, I'm pretty sure I ain't going to catch anything. Or it's going to be very tough going. Yeah. And the same applies with your pond.
Unless you're fishing on a river where temps are a little bit warmer, then I'd agree with that, does, because still waters are damn. When it's that cold, it's very little. There's very little going on. You might get the odd cheeky pike that's into a winter, but that's because they're opportunists and take what they can when they can. All right, we've got another question. So, I mean, 10 degrees, mate. And if you wanted to drop onto out or change onto out, everybody says wheat germ.
Oh, no, that's a multi-season food, so it's okay.
Yeah. The multi-season does contain wheat germ, doesn't it, as well?
Yes, it does, yeah.
So, Chris Enton says, question, 2.4 by 3 meters by 1.5 pond being built. I will be using a liner regardless, box weld or standard. Not many creases, falls. I presume with being rectangular, is box weld worth the extra?
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah, I mean, in my mind, it depends what size fish you're putting in. If you're putting small fish in, they can get stuck in the holes quite easily.
That can disappear for 2.5 months, like one of dozen.
Yeah. So yeah, if you're putting big fish in, then they're very unlikely to get stuck in the corners. But small fish definitely will.
Yeah.
Depends what liner you use as well. I mean, that the woven stuff, that is very supple, and that's very easy to fold. Much easier than butyl.
But you can't remember, Chris, if you're putting a window in, you can't use the woven stuff, mate, because it won't.
You can't filter that in any way, shape, or form, can you? It won't take it. But I mean,
end of the day, it comes down to cost as well. I mean, the woven stuff is way cheaper than butyl or box weld.
Yeah.
Box weld are good, but you need to be precise with your measurements, mate. For example, and I'm not slating him in any way, shape, or form, but Jamie was a little bit upset with us from Keep It Koi because he got a lot of crinkles and wrinkles in it because it's just that little bit on the baggy side. But as long as you're bang on with your measurements, mate, and you know exactly what its sizes and dimensions are. I would say, if you can afford it, bud, go with what you can do and what will make life easier. Not having those folds and creases, you've got less chance of detritus settling in there. If you lose a fish, that does go bad and, gets bad bacteria in there. It's a lot less complications and problems. If you're using liner, you can use CT1 to seal it in and fold it in, but then you've got to wait 24 hours before you can put your water in there to make sure that it's pressed up.
Yeah.
And I imagine
not on that woven stuff though.
Oh no, not I'm talking about on a
normal liner.
Normal liner. But the woven stuff, mate, it is it's
Stick
good.
Away. It's good for it's cheap and cheerful.
Yeah.
It's cheap and cheerful, but if you want to do any kind of sticking or anything like that, stay away from it.
100%. Skeggy's Pond says, good idea, Mike. That's with the wicking for your Mike Bass mentioned. Nip in Coy says, my pond not heated, but above 10 all last winter. Wow. Jesus Christ. Mine struggled to stay above 3 and 4 degrees last winter. That's what I mean. Everybody says the Coy shouldn't do this, you shouldn't do that, they shouldn't have these temperatures. Mine went through last winter at an average temperature throughout the winter months at 4 to 6 degrees. And they did that fine, came through fine, no problems. All still in there, all still. And the only ones I'm worried about is maybe the little ones. I just hope the little ones get grouped up in middle and they get a bit of that warm for, like we were talking about other week. I don't know if it does or not, but they always do seem to jostle for position. So whether or not it does, I'm going to keep my eye on it and see. Anyone covered the pond yet?
Yeah.
Nope.
No, but there are some YouTubers that put videos out there. I mean, Koi Pond Lifestyle put a video out getting prepped and ready. I have seen some people post on YouTube where they have covered up and covered the ponds already. They're all done. There is one of the gentlemen, I've forgotten his name. I'm sorry, I apologize. I don't think he'll be watching, but he is on my Facebook group, and let's see, he's battened down the hatches and made a full-on.
Oh yeah, I've seen that. Yeah, it's quite
handy. Now that's pretty much how Koi Connection or French Koi Connection did with hers. Enclosed it all so that the system's all in and shut off to the elements from outside. And there's another gentleman that did the same thing. I forgot the name of his channel, but he did a massive one and all, didn't he? He's put all what's it
It's
called?
like a greenhouse.
Yeah, built like a greenhouse structure all the way around it. I mean,
Nigel.
Yeah.
But again, it's expensive stuff. Polycarb is twin wall.
Sorry, I was laughing at that one. Nice to hear that, Gaz. With the pond upgrade, be sure we'll get an invite to watch you dig. You might be getting an invite to come and dig as well, Cole. I'll pull up. We'll get some beers in, mate. Get a barbecue going. Jobs are good, and everybody will be happy. If we don't get fish, we'll go home with an headache, if not else. Gaz, what are you doing to your pond, mate? I'm just basically gonna keep it in the same shape, profile-wise, just making it bigger and maybe a little bit deeper. I want to go maybe, if I can, another 1.5 foot deeper, and then maybe a couple of foot longer and a couple of foot wider. I was going to come out of ground, but the way I see it is, I don't.
Front of your man shed, a little bridge over there, like a nice L shape.
I've got another grandson on with me, and little feet, little toddlers walking over there. I'd much rather
first, mate.
Yeah, kids come first. If pond needs to be changed in future, when they're a little bit bigger, it gets changed again. I'm not bothered. I don't give a monkeys, but I want to make sure they're safe. Yeah. Dog's good. He knows his way around it, but I want to make sure grandson and the one, the little bun in the oven will be safe and not going to have any problems. I were going to take it up and out of floor a little bit, but I don't think
you lose the natural look then.
Yeah. What I will try to do though is see if I can get it level, because at the moment it's not.
Because if you you stand it, you stand out looking at your shed now. we can see your pond and then the nice bushes, what's in it. It just looks lovely.
Yeah.
And
I've
like
got to agree. I kind of do think that it looks better with the bulrushes gone. Now
Yes.
it's trimmed down. And I think it was Vince that said it, and I've got to agree, Vince. I do think that it probably next year. I don't think I'll let them grow to as tall as that, and I'll keep them. I'll trim them back. But my worry is if I trim them back, they might die off. So if they do, bring them down a bit. They won't. No, sweet. There we go.
They're indestructible. They're weeds. Those wild rushes. They're really, really tough.
Yeah, they see it across the other side of the garden.
Yeah.
But I don't mind them. I quite like them.
Yeah. Architectural. They're nice.
Yeah. Where was that? Next question. It didn't alter the temps, but did slow down the temperature drop by blocking out the wind. Yeah. Copies, Koi, chatting bubbles. How do everyone? How do? How you doing? Pretty good. Skeggy's put. I don't stop feeding if they're looking for the food. Exactly, mate.
Exactly,
That's what I'm going to go with. It's worked for me for all these years. I'm going to keep doing what I'm doing. I might be. I certainly am. I might be knocking off the smaller side of the filter system, but keeping the inside shed filter system running this year, and just leaving the one on the outside, not having to worry about it freezing up this year, or having to insulate the pipework and such like I did last year. I'm just going to leave that now because the shed's insulated, and just switch that smaller section off, give that a deep clean, get it ready for next season, and then boom, bang that back on. And that bit, whenever I've got that up and running, I've always got that I can move over as a filter system to run on it when the fish are in a different pond for however long while I do the build. So that's the idea anyway.
71 watching, guys.
71. We did pretty damn good last week. We got up to 97. 97, I think we got last week, and we got 77 thumbs up as well. So yeah, while we're on that subject, do us a huge favor, guys. Give us a thumbs up. Helps grow the channel, helps share, and attract more people in. If you won't mind, give us a couple of thumbs up if you're enjoying what you're watching and listening to. West Brom says, great. Hersto Henton, yes. Yeah. Phil Walker, good evening all. Good evening, Phil.
Right.
Saskia. I just bought what?
It's Seska, not Saskia.
Seska. I just bought a thermostatic inverter, 9 kilowatt heat pump. Ooh. Ouch much.
Wow.
That might be a bit expensive to run.
Bills.
Yeah, but I don't think. Is she from the UK though? I don't know.
Well, if she were from the UK, just bought that. That is for sure. Unless she's got some real deep, unless she's got real deep pockets, because that's going to cost some to run higher.
Yeah. It's
Hero.
2 kilos expensive. Never mind 9.
For fuck's sake. That's what you're doing to us. That was meant to be Chris. Daz, got it right. Skeggy. Is that just because of the Just because of the debris that may accumulate in the falls or something else? Well, if anything gets in the fold, mate, and it can't get its way back out, long term is it's going to die in there. So it dies in there.
Food. You want to think you throw food on the surface.
Yeah. Last you want bacterial issues.
Yeah. Plant matter. A lot of plant matter getting washed in there or moved into there eventually rots back, and eventually you get that crappy, horrible. The way to do it is, if you can, is make smaller folds rather than big deep folds, because the big deep folds it gets in and gets through. If you make smaller ones, then obviously it can turn and get back out again. That's what I would do. That's what I did on mine, but that's because it's round and didn't have much choice. I had to put in slight folds rather than massive folds. Kopi says, Pete, thumbs up. Simon says, I've got a 2 kilowatt Titan heater, hasn't come home for ages, and the pond is still above 20 degrees C. Is your pond inside or what? Are you not in UK?
Yeah.
Heater's not come on. You've got to have had that. That's got to be enclosed, surely.
It must be, yeah.
Chatting Bubble says, found 4 more big koi. Damn it.
Oh man.
Good to you. Right. The way this is going to sound a bit harsh and a bit controversial, and people might think
it's not what you're going to say, Gaz. I 100% agree with you on that one. I think Daz will as well, mate. Before he says it,
we've seen it.
We've seen it spread through fish in a matter of days, and I personally feel, mate, no matter what you do, you ain't going to get on top of it. And whatever those fish with that bacterial infection are in there, mate, you run the risk of it spreading and getting worse and worse and worse. And we thought, right, bite the bullet, euthanize every fish that had got an issue, and then went in with a CT'd the shit out of the pond to the point where we max dosed it, and on that, mate, everything's gone, just like that.
Yeah,
it's harsh to lose fish that we want to see come through, and we hope and we wish, and you keep treating, you keep trying with. But with these temps now, mate, that you're getting into, the likelihood of those fish getting better is slim to none, and they're going to go through all that winter period with that ulcer, that bad condition, becoming weaker and weaker and weaker, and all the fish are going to get up close and close together. And I personally think, mate, bite the bullet, get them all out.
I mean, we've had 3 separate cases of bacterial issue that have all had the CT, and touch wood, it seems to have cleared up all of them. So we can only go with what we've personally found. But
we've all done the same, haven't we? And everyone that's had the issue, we've bit the bullet. Anything with any sign of anything, no matter how minor, gone. Get rid of. Start again. And yes, it's not nice to watch that kind of thing and do that kind of thing, but rather than, it might be better to lose a couple of £100 worth of fish rather than £1,000 worth of fish.
Yeah.
That's inevitably, it's your decision, mate, to do what you do and choose to do. But that's not, just consider.
And also of the size of a pea, within 3 days, it spread to the size of a 10p piece.
Yeah. And then some of those within a week.
Once it gets to that size, mate,
to this size after about a week.
Once it gets to that size, mate, you're not doing nothing with it. I'm sorry. Once it gets past 10p size, it's very hard, very difficult.
It's irreversible.
You get it back, can't you? But, we've touched on this before. But I'm gutted for you, mate, because that's
terrible. Worst thing that can happen.
And I do personally think myself, if I were ligged in a body of water with a whole 3/4 size of my body, I wouldn't want to be suffering like that.
No,
it's got to be painful, but it's right down through the epidermis, touching the skeletal skin. Or
we've seen it with ribs showing through.
We've seen ribs, haven't we? With ribs showing through on it. It's shocking. But you choose to do what you do, but you've heard it from us free. No, we're not saying that's what you should do. We're saying that's what we did, and we cured it. But we had to bite the bullet and turn around and say, "This is the avenue. That's what we're going to try." And we tried it, and it worked. So
give overdose and sedate. That's the most humane way of euthanizing them.
Yeah.
And if you want to get in contact with us after, mate, and talk to us about how we sorted ours out.
Yeah, feel free, mate. You're more than welcome. Skeggy's put, yes, Chris, but they generally look better too. And then Skeggy's put, no way, go back. Yeah, mate, good for you, mate. That really is
sad, isn't it?
Now, because you've lost quite a few now, haven't you? But I don't think you're on your own this year, mate. I think there's been a lot of people that have lost fish. He won't mind me saying, Mike KH, which is there, a couple of comments below this one, he's lost thousands of pounds worth of fish this year, mate. Thousands of pounds. And some beautiful fish too. Not just talking about your run-of-mill
No, the
one of mine, he's lost thousands of pounds worth as well.
Yeah, me Super Mango Benigoy for a start. That
fish.
That was beautiful.
That were absolutely beautiful. That were a show-winning fish, and I'm not. You know, I've seen fish at shows this year. That one would have panned their ass off of a lot of them. It was a beautiful fish, and to lose a fish like that.
I mean, look at those toe size show we had as well. They're
yeah, the show. Those show
again, they would have won anything kind of show.
Yeah, it would have done. If they got to a good sized fish, then it would have been beautiful fish. And again, it was a hard decision for us all, and it wasn't a decision that I made, or we collectively as a group, all there at the same time. We all decided that was the avenue, and if we were going to continue to get rid of this problem, that's what we needed to do and stick at, and it worked. So, I don't promote it. I'm not saying that that's the avenue. Each to their own. Everybody chooses to do what they do, but it worked for us.
Yeah.
Good
it's a shame, and it has.
And the thing is, time's against you, because the longer you leave it, the more fish you lose.
Yeah.
Unless someone comes up with a miracle cure pretty soon, it's the only sort of avenue we found, isn't it? That's had any effect.
That does have a solid effect.
You can treat, you can do topical treatments and stuff like that. It don't really work 9 times out of 10. I mean, you might get the odd one or two fish that makes it through a bit of a dint and it goes back to okay looking, but 9 times.
Well, we did have one or two. Mike had one or two that come back with some really tiny ulcers, and we used some of Skeggy's methods that he said, a neat straight PP mix, and literally put it on with a Q-tip straight into the old, and we were talking 2 to 3 mil, 3 days, completely whited over. By 5 or 6 days, almost completely gone. All the red, all the fire gone out of it, completely right as rain. If you catch them early enough, this is one thing I do promote, and I will say, I don't think people take out the fish and look at the fish and examine the fish often enough. I personally don't think a measure up at the beginning of the season and a measure up at the end of the season is enough to be taking your fish out. When you're in your ponds and when you're doing your ponds, take your net, leave that net and submerge it in your pond. Leave it in there so the fish are familiar with it. They're not bothered by it, they're not scared by it, and just drop it in. No matter, even if you're not going to take any out. Each time you're doing whatever, you're doing a bit of a mess around, leave it in. And every now and again, haul up a fish. You don't have to take it completely out of pond. Submerge your ball into the pond, take that fish out, have a look at it, turn it over. Next week or week after or a couple of weeks later, have a look at one of your others. And just keep a regular check on them. That way, then you're not thinking, that fish doesn't look too cracky. Turning it over and exposing them big, massive ulcers. That's all on its underside because you just can't see it. It's
And that's caught a few people out.
Fish. People reckon it stresses them, and I will say, right, this is how much I think it is. That's a bullshit statement of the week. My fish don't get stressed when I'm in pond with them. They're around me, they come around me because I'm there with them and I spend a lot of time with them. I don't think it stresses fish out, balling them up. Too much arsing about with them, definitely. Chase them all the way around your pond, yes. But if they're familiar with you and familiar with a net and familiar with a ball, I don't see as it does. I don't think it does stress them out at all. Seen people, and one of a chap over in Canada, he balls up his fish, bangs his fish in the bowl, sprinkles food in the bowl. The fish eats out of the bowl. Most animals don't eat when they're stressed. So, but he quite blatantly says that he does this kind of thing a lot. He bowls up and regular inspects and looks at his fish. They're used to it. Same as everything.
Yeah.
Your
water clarity as well. I mean, I was always of the opinion that it doesn't really matter if there's a bit of green in your water. It's good for the fish, gives them a bit of cover, but it seriously hampers the fact that you can't see your fish.
Yeah.
When you've got crystal clear clarity on your water, you spot the problems right at the very earliest stage. Yes. Like as I just said, there's been quite a few people caught out this year, haven't even just noticed a bit of redness on the side, took the fish out and found out all the undersides are completely eaten away with ulcers. It's too late then.
Yeah.
But
for example,
watch them when you feed them. When you feed them, a lot of ulcers start on the mouth. when they come up the feeding, you can get a good view of the mouth and under the chin and down the belly.
Pretty much all the way down the body if they come up high enough and your water's clear enough. Yeah,
that's important. Take the time to watch your fish feed and to inspect every single one as much as you possibly can.
I mean, not everybody does. I mean, we all spend a lot of time looking around as fish.
Yeah.
There isn't a weekend goes by that we aren't in a group call where Jeff might be showing us his fish in his pond and I might be showing them, blah, blah, blah. Everybody's doing the same thing and we're all spending a lot of time. And we can be sat in as filter houses for 4, 5, 6 hours in a conversation, chatting amongst ourselves, and we're all paying attention to his fish. We're all looking at him.
Yeah. And this is one of the topics I was wanting to hit on tonight. Signs of something is not right with your koi. And like I say, I wrote down hanging in the water, head down, flashing, pectoral flicking, redness, clamped fins, jumping out of water, koi separation, discolour, and lack of appetite.
Yeah. Can you remember me saying to you this weekend that Yamabuke is still not right?
Yeah, kept going, man.
He kept just flicking his fin every now and again. I don't know what's wrong with him, but when he stopped, it were kind of head down. And I've treated the pond. I've scraped fish. I can't find anything, nothing at all. So I thought, sod this, get him out, PP bathed him, give him an individual 7-minute PP bath. Happy as Larry, mate. Swimming around, cruising around, pecks out, not seen him flash and do what since. So there was something that was bothering him, whatever it was, whether the odd 1 or 2 that parasites that were on there that were just, still lingering on. But that definitely worked for him. Is cruising around, is with the group more than what he was, because he was separating himself off a little bit and a bit lifeless, just hanging about there. But I think it does help to keep a close eye on him and keep a good look on him regular. You notice when you're spending 4 or 5 hours doing your filter cleans, talking amongst your groups, talking amongst your friends, you notice these things when you're looking at your fish, that there's something not just how they should be, or something. You always have that.
The way they swim, they don't swim quite mechanically sound like they're supposed to.
Yeah.
It's like I say, just little. Everybody will know their own fish, the way they swim and the way that they move and the way they interact with them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it's pretty beginner stuff, but the people might have some beginners on here, and like I say, it helps everybody anyway, don't it? A bit of information.
I think it does. You share your knowledge, share with each other. This is what the whole kind of show's about. Everybody can come in here, come up with a question, come up with an answer, and we aren't saying we're right. We're just saying what's worked for us or what we do. If that helps someone and they get some benefit from that, that's brilliant. If not, there's other people in the comments that are leaving answers and their opinions.
I've got a question for Si this evening, if he could, and a couple of topics for Si from up North Koi, because he's fed these foods, I think it's Si, about colour enhancing and carotenoids, and what negative side effects are there to feeding colour enhancing foods and stuff like that.
Well, I can tell you what a negative side of feeding colour enhancing foods been for me. My lemon harawaki became a crapawaki because all that black came up on it and it looks shit now. But that's what I got from feeding colour enhancing. But some colours come that you don't want.
Yeah.
That's what I found. But it's not a particularly very good fish anyway. It's I'll be honest, it was an original fish that I got, and when I got my first fish, I got them from a garden centre. So there's little pond fillers, and I don't mind it, but it did look nicer when it didn't have that blacky crappy mark coming up through it.
Yeah, because like I say, I was looking into some foods that have it's got to be the red pigment carotenoid. It's like beetroot, carrot skin, tomato skin, krill.
Yeah.
All that bring up colours. All the
Red pigment.
Yeah,
red pigment.
I think red peppers as well. I think that's got carotenoid in as well.
Yeah. I'm just thinking, is there anything like foods what we could feed the koi without going to spend expensive manufactured food? Is there any food of the human type food what organic what we could feed them to improve the reds?
Well worth looking into, mate, and seeing.
Carrot would be the obvious one, wouldn't it? Because that is high in carotenoids and it's quite sweet.
Yeah, I reckon if you probably grated some of that, finely grated, and threw that on, I reckon they'd probably smash that. One for the colour of it looking, and one that it looked more like wormified as it was dropping through water too. I reckon they'd probably smash that pretty well.
That's a good one.
It'll be worth a try next year and seeing what's what, see what it does.
Yeah, but like I say, instead of buying these expensive foods, feed our staple food.
And add a supplement like that.
And add some to what we know as carotenoids in.
Yeah.
Is it worth? I mean, what does people think about it? I mean, because Si's bought quite expensive food this year, hasn't he?
Yeah. I know Mike from Koi Beginnings was trying the other stuff, the white enhancing food that he was telling us about at the show, wasn't he? As well? We'll get through a few more of these because I can see, lots of comments coming in. Chris says, I didn't consider the visual aspect, to be honest. Thanks, Gegget. Mike K8 says, 55 watching. Hit that thumbs up all. Thank you very much, Mike. Yes, Daz. My biggest is getting worse, mate. I feel like filling it. See, that's the one, mate. Don't let it get you.
Yeah.
What we said to all the people is, worst case scenario, consider that you're going to lose them all. And any that you save, that's a bonus. Don't let it get to you that point, mate, where you get to that stage with it. Because if you're already on that slope, mate, you might as well. You've got to be out there. You've got to be positive about it. And I know that try to take a positive from the negative. All the fish that you will save or can save, there's the positive. The ones that you're going to lose and you're losing already, that's, if you're resigned to the fact that you're already going to lose them, you save whatever you save, that's a plus.
Yeah.
That's how the people that we know got through it did it. So,
yeah.
There we go. Twisted Koi says, knuckle dragging Northerners. Rig. Oh, we've got my grandsons knocking at the door. Simon Shear says, my covers have been on all year. That must be because his building is. What have he got, bud? He must have an indoor pond, then I'm guessing. Skeggy says to give him a call afterwards, mate. Yorkshire Koi says, hello, hope all is well. Hope I'm welcome to drop by. You certainly are, mate. Definitely.
You are, mate.
Yeah.
Popsy says okay. Copy said okay, should I say? At Twisted Koi, love Northerners. Hello, coming up, say hello. I'm going to show everybody your cat, and then we can read some comments. There we go.
Hello.
Dave Cook says it's really refreshing to have no Gary Webb to contend with. Don't speak too soon, Dave. LOL. Not our balls convo. Laugh my ass off. My main pond is 15 degrees uncovered, unheated. Whoa, what you got there? Is that Hot Wheels? What do you think to that?
Yeah, it's just in the tank.
No, it's not earlier, mate. But what are you doing? You have to stand up if you're going to do it. Don't bash that car against that tank, though. Skeggy's Pond says, here we go with Dave. Confused, I meant Dave. Haha, David. God damn, it's too many Daves. Well, I've got my backy showers off and covers on. I know it's early, but I have a massive tree and it's shedding leaves. And a good thing like with the covers to keep the predators off the pond. Yeah, they can use nets, mate, for that. You don't have to cover it up to do it. Nets, fine netting stops leaves and all that lot for getting in.
Yeah, they always find their way in there. The buggers leaves are.
I've got to admit, Dad, even that small, like CM by CM up to mine, and they get through that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It is that minor small leaves that I do, but yeah, it's one of them things, isn't it?
Yeah. Especially silver birch.
What are you doing, Ted? What are you doing? Twisted, I bet it did feel like 15 degrees when you dipped in. I bet it felt a lot colder than that.
Yeah.
Didn't feel.
Didn't feel, yeah. I bet that were damn cold. I'm Dave JR. LOL. No, it fucking didn't, Simon. Yeah, Mr. Go on then. Right. All right. We'll give them to Grandma and you can have some sweets then. That's the little monster. Right, now Sonny's doing zoomies. Where's his car? All right. He's family before everything, really, as far as I'm concerned. He's more than welcome.
Can we get beats as
my
well?
life every day. Yeah, no, he's just took them all. Sorry. Smiling face from Dave. Laughing face, Simon. Can't afford polycarb, so I'm going to use a tapped frame if I decide to cover. Yeah, polycarb's expensive, mate. But everything in building trade is expensive. It's all stupid money. I hope at some point I'll get back to some kind of normality, but I doubt it very much. What are you saying then, Daz? Sorry, I was being rude.
It takes up a lot of space when you're not using it to store as well, polycarb. You've got to find somewhere to put it in.
Somewhere where you can either stack it up nice and flat or slide it under or have it somewhere, I mean, back of your filter shed, but most people's filter sheds are up to the neighbour's wall. So it's always there's always an issue of where to put it in it when you've used it.
Yeah.
Simon says, sorry. Twisted, did you get the film of you dipping in? You've been framed, 250 quid. Sorry, Karma says, hi, Vince, bruv, thumbs up. Yorkshire Coy says, the cheap way to keep your pond warm is to use polystyrene sheets on top. Lee Japanese Water Garden does this.
Yeah.
2-inch Jabberlite polystyrene is probably one of the cheapest methods you can get, and the 4 foot by 8 foot sheets and B&Q, big, massive stuff. Nip says, my gosh, I must be well behind. Sorry. Lisa is my partner. Thumbs up. I cover to keep the heat in at night. Up north, guy says. Well, yeah, you're one that's heating though, mate, so it's understandable. But otherwise, you might as well be warm in the neighbourhood, which is, yeah, damned expensive when you're doing it. I love koi, but not quite that much, so. Yorkshire koi, really bad idea unless you leave a third of the pond uncovered. Saw a video of someone doing this and killed all their fish. No gas exchange.
Yes. Yeah, but you know a guy that
we have come around to the topic. What gas?
Carbon dioxide.
Carbon dioxide. What was the other one? There were another one, wasn't there?
methane.
No. Well, methane was one of them.
Methane is produced by rotting vegetation and stuff like that.
Which
small
we were talking about this evening. Well, say this afternoon.
Small amounts of nitrous oxide. There is, believe it or not.
Does that make the fish go faster?
Watching the hell out of your fish.
Yeah.
We were talking about this, and to be fair,
it was very minimal though. This is the thing. I mean, the only kind of gas that you are putting in on a constant, regular basis is chlorine, because chlorine's the second lightest allergen gas, if nobody knew.
Yeah, told me before, but that's one that you're putting in.
Yeah.
But the other one is, what was it again? Carbon dioxide, wasn't it?
Dioxide, what is produced by the fish and other things. But
you need to have a place for
gassing off. But like we were saying earlier on, it would have to be very large amounts being produced.
Very large amounts. Before, I mean, what happens to a pond I was my argument, not argument. My bit to this, but was my local fishing water. That place freezes over solid, and it's frozen for a good maybe a month.
Yeah.
There's 4,000 plus fish in there. And ain't nobody going out there and putting in a bowl to stop it from freezing over or oxygenating it or leaving it for gas exchange. Those 4 weeks while it's frozen over solid, how's it gas exchange then, Skeg? On a natural environment.
I know how it would do that, but I understand the theory, what you're saying.
Well, that's how you get the bubbles coming up in it, isn't it, into the ice.
Yeah.
But that gas is still there, though, isn't it?
It is still there, but like I say, it would gas off through. I would say it would gas off through ice as well, but it's somehow.
Yeah, I mean, especially the ice moves and it cracks, the gas can come up through there. The wind can.
But like I say, my friend Jeff, he had a 80,000 litre pond. It was massive. Colin would have told you it was a massive lagoon pond at the bottom of his garden. He went to, I think it was Shintero or one of the big koi farms, and he bought like, I think 3,000 or 6,000 pounds worth of little tosai, about 25 to 30 cm. He bought 20 or 40 of them, I think it were, because Randy was one of them.
Yeah.
And he put them in his pond, winter come, and he got this polycarb sheet in, and he put it all round with a wooden frame and everything. And apparently, what he was saying to me, he sealed it that tight that no gas exchange could get through. So what happened were he found majority of the fish dead being sucked up by the skimmer.
Wow.
Yeah.
But that must have been some serious gas to cause that. Because I thought most gases go inert in water as well.
I don't know. Some dissolve in water, don't they?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, to go inert, they just.
Let's move on fruit comments a little bit, because that's not. This is what we were talking. It's weird, isn't it? How we can bring up a subject and a topic, and then somebody will bring up something that we were literally talking about this today.
Yeah.
In a group chat.
Google Skeg, you'll know.
Yeah, well, we'll see. Well, that's what I've been, but I think I'm well behind in the comments, so I'll try and get through a few of these. Agree with Mick, doesn't all die off. Koi Karma says, hi guys, back. I cover my ponds, but make sure that they have air, gas to gas off. I love the fact that bacteria multiplies every 4 seconds. Is that sarcastic? Applause.
I don't think so.
No, sorry, it's being serious. I thought we were taking Mick then. I'm going to say, because I'm not 100% it's 4 seconds, or whether it was quicker than that.
I think it was. I thought it was for every 4 seconds.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it is.
It multiplied something.
I agree, Skeggy. You need to keep a small area uncovered, or a small gap, so that all the way around.
Yeah.
Rather than in an area not covered, because you lose a lot of heat out of there. Sean Morris says, hi all, hope everyone is okay. How you doing, bud?
Hi, Sean.
My koi journey says bacteria in showers go dormant, but it's worth running for 6 months using electric when you could just restart at the start of the season.
Yeah.
There you go. This is what I was saying. It's what everybody eats their own. Does it produce enough to warrant the running costs, or do you just keep your filter system running and add some winter bacteria?
Yeah.
Quite a large area, Paul. If the styrofoam is floating over the water, there is zero exchange, unlike something with airflow. Yeah.
I'll tell you what, something just occurred to me. You know when we had the beast from the east, and it was really, really cold, I got 4 different customers, all got ponds, no fish in them, just frogs. 2 of them were like half barrel ponds, and in the spring, I mean, they all froze, and they froze, a good depth. They weren't frozen solid, but they'd all got frogs in hibernating at the bottom. Now, frogs can hibernate in water, and they absorb oxygen through the skin. They don't have to come up for a breath. They absorb oxygen through the skin very slowly.
Yep.
One of these barrels, I fetched 20 dead frogs out. Every pond was full of dead frogs. it decimated the frogs, and that was must have been purely through lack of oxygen being absorbed through the skin. So it definitely, with it being frozen solid, stopped the gas getting out and starve them of oxygen. So yes, it definitely does have an effect.
Yeah, I do think gas exchange does happen through ice still.
Yeah, well, it may do, but like I say, the frogs, they absorb the oxygen through the skin slowly.
Yeah.
So you'd think if there was any oxygen in there, they would
deal with it more than anything else, like a fish.
Yeah, our fish would have a higher oxygen requirement, I would have thought.
Oh yeah, it would.
Killed all the frogs. I mean, the fish wouldn't have stood a chance if there's any fish in there.
Yeah.
But that's one case where, yes, it definitely killed everything.
Life around the koi pond says, I stopped feeding protein foods at 12 degrees C as I know it was going to get colder quite quick, and so that I want the protein to cause internal infections. I've heard it takes longer for them to digest it. Yeah, it does, mate. And really, it should be about 15 degrees, I think, from high proteins.
And this is where a lot of people are going wrong with this high protein food. Right. The way it come to light today from a good friend of ours, Jeff, he was feeding high protein quite a lot. But then he did a bit of research. This is not my research. This is purely Jeff's research, and it's true what he's saying. Feeding a high protein food, you're supposed to feed it 5 days on, 7 days off to get the best results.
Yes.
Yeah. So it's not constant feeding of the high protein. Yeah.
No. 5 days of protein food, 7 days of staple. 5 days of protein, 7 days of staple to get the best out of it, apparently. And this is what is like saying. This is true what Jeff was saying, especially for the Takasumi mix brand.
So you need to fluctuate. Is that the bit where you were saying where you end up with your fish growing wider rather than growing length?
Length.
The 10 day break is then so that they start going back into putting size on as in length.
It resets the mechanism in them, doesn't it, for growth? Apparently, the starvation period.
I'm sure you mentioned something like that as well, didn't it?
But lack of protein.
Yeah.
Skeggy says, Glenn, my shower doesn't cost any more to run, so no brainer. Skeggy. Yorkshire Koi, you can seal folds with EPDM primer. I did this. There you go. I would actually measure a box weld about cm smaller, so it stretches in. Yeah, there you go. That's the way I do it then. You could use silicone too to seal liner folds as well. It's getting harder to keep up with the comments, Gaz. Anyone going to the Balding Reefers on Saturday? That will be a definite no from me.
Yeah.
Charlie Bifter Brown, question: if a pond isn't hard piped and it gets real cold, like freezing cold, would you switch it off to stop the pipes flexing or splitting?
I don't think so. I mean,
yeah. You know what he's on about? Flexi pipe.
All my ponds done with everyday type of pipe work. None of it's done with the high pressure or like that, or flexi hoses.
You know the flexi hose?
I've got both on mine, mate, and it's colder up here, mate, than what it is down there. I don't think you need to worry about it because it did freeze on mine. Kept running, no problem. But I did insulate the pipe. I did bang a bit of insulation.
I'll
get you some.
On his big pond he had, I think a pipe did split.
Yeah. Well, it does happen from time to time, doesn't it? I mean,
I've had enough disasters in the summer when everything should be going fine. If it's gonna go wrong, it will go wrong. Simple as that.
Yeah.
I mean, I had one last year. I had a moving bed filter, and the K1 froze on the top of the moving bed. The pipe going into it, the water was running straight over the top of the frozen K1, straight over the top of the tank, drained off of the pool. And I couldn't have a look. I thought, Jesus, where's all the water gone? And that was just one of them freak things. I mean, I turned the air up. it bubbled up more vigorously, and it didn't happen again after that. It's just one of them things, isn't it?
Yeah. Learning curve.
Yeah.
Twisted Koi says, Gaz, I reckon you could comfortably come off a foot out of the ground without ruining the natural look. Each to their own, Vince. You can think what you want. I'm going to stay with how it is. I prefer it to look. I don't know, maybe a foot, but I think I'd rather go a foot down than come a foot out.
I mean, that's my opinion. I would stick to how it looks now, but just make it.
I mean, maybe coming up a couple of foot, Vince, with another couple of course of stone. That might be something worth doing, and then making it so that I don't have to do that goddamn netting like I have to do it, because at the moment it's underneath the topping stones. I would much rather have it so it was hooked over the top of the topping stones. So maybe coming up a couple of courses and then putting some little hooks in there all the way around it, so I can hook it on like you have on yours, Daz. Might be, you might be right, Vince. Might be worth. That's a lot of Yorkshire stone to buy from somewhere next.
You can always
top 2 subscribers, mate.
You what, bud?
2 new subscribers.
Thank you very much. I never even know. Well, I've got notifications because my phone has to be switched off now, so I don't get them coming on. Rob at Walker's Koi is doing a Karachi Koi growing show, over £200 cheaper than the Balding Reefers one, and Japanese too. There you go.
Oh wow!
Over £200 cheaper.
Actually, yeah.
Rob Walker might be a. Not only that, mate. There's always be the other fact that it'd be 3.5 years younger too.
Yeah. Rob Walker's stuff is spot on, mate. I've got one of these showers.
Is that from Mad Dog's dealer?
Yeah.
Oh wow.
Yeah, he has some good fish, doesn't he?
Yes, he does.
Growing fast.
I'm
I'm
gutted I didn't get one of them showers. I'm gutted.
Yeah.
That one that you've got is damn nice, and the ones that I saw were nice too. But yeah, there is the other bit of it. I do believe that the Karachi Koi a couple of years old already as well. They like Sensei.
What we're from?
The ones, the Balding Reefers growing show. Aren't they 3-year-old?
I thought they're 3 coming on to 4, maybe.
I don't know for definite. I'm just saying. I know they're not Tosai or Nisai, are they?
Yes, are they? No.
No. So they're definitely.
Oh, the Sansai. The Sansai or
Sansai or more.
Well, yeah.
But nice fish all the same.
I found out details about Rob Walker's fish, and I've word of Mad Dog.
Yeah, please.
Might be into that.
Yeah.
I could do. Damn it! Something else that's going to have to go to make room for it. I've got.
Oh!
Got a squash tomato.
Oh, she's taking
Put it on.
No, because if I get another fish, something's got to go. And if something's going to go,
oh, I'm not putting no more fish in the pond.
No more fish in the pond. I kind of went past that bullshit statement a long time ago. Daz from Daz's Koi Farm sends me home with damn fish every time I leave. It's impossible not to do. But Yorkshire Koi, Gaz, if you're concerned about your young one create slopes or shelves, it already has a shelf in me, and I'm not concerned because he's not mine. It's my daughter's. I get to pass him back. Mine are all grown up, and if they're falling in there now,
still your baby though, isn't it? Yeah. Still the best boy.
The thing is,
it's tasty from
first, mate. He's never going to be out there on his own.
Yeah.
I can't really say because I let his mum follow my dad's. I did. Oh, we were stood in garden. We were looking at fish. She stood there. She walked up to side of the pond, and she's leaning forward. Next thing you know, boom, straight in. Fortunately, you're only like 18 inches deep in the shallow end. We just picked her up, soaking wet, took her inside, got a change, got her dry. So yeah, I'm not. That's why I'm not allowed to let it all happen to Teddy, because apparently I let it happen to Bethan. I thought my dad were watching. My dad thought I were watching. We were watching fish feeding. It got wet. So, I mean, she's been a real strong swimmer ever since. She'll kick my ass when she sees me.
Yeah, you got a lot of things to catch up on, mate.
I know. I'm seeing them
There's
coming
loads
on this
booted
one,
in there.
going up and up, and it's going like crazy. Yeah, I know West Brom. He messaged me last night inside messages. At Twisted Koi, at Skeggy, Pond, Daz Shelton. Cheers, mate. Westcliff Koi Pond. Hi guys, great show. Thank you very much.
Hello, mate.
Corey, without heating, is there any other way to get rid of koi pox?
You can actually physically remove it. Papilloma, I think, is another form of koi pox, and I've seen where you can actually cut it off and remove it surgically. I don't know if I'd recommend doing that, but
well, if you want me to be truthful, right? There's Mike's KH he's had cat pox on his tail. And God damn, that's horrible. And I went to just rub it with my thumb, and a big lump of it come off. So I thought, balls to it. If it's going to come off, so I scraped the remainder off with my thumbnail, and then I put PP paste over top of it, and it's gone. It's never come back.
Never come back. And that was like a thick, gloopy piece of stuff
like a piece of spur.
Yeah, like a spur on it.
But could just be pure coincidence. But it never came back, and it still looks good. So. I mean, you can ask him. Is in the chat, mate. No worries, Charlie. Ronald McDonald, you finished that grouting? Corey, short answer, no. What was the? Yeah, well, yeah, you're right, mate. To be fair, short answer is no, not really. It's something that they do tend to grow out of. Try that. Give it a go, mate. What you got to lose? At the end of the day, don't look any worse.
And it should disappear in when the water comes up anyway.
There you go. Look at that. Koi Fry Scotland. My pond's at 6 degrees C and still feeding. There's a gentleman there that lives in temperatures as cold as me. West Brom Koi. He messaged me too, Daz. I might as well just give him my bank card and tell him to mail me fish. Evening, Ron. From Wales, Mike.
Oh.
Evening, Mike.
No. Seskia's from Wales. I asked her earlier on, didn't I? Where she's from. She's from Wales.
I hope he said your name right then.
No, he didn't.
How's the kitchen? You need to send me a voice note of how to say it. Add me on Facebook and send us a voice note, and I can play it to everybody for a week and we memorize it. Good. How's the kitchen? Vince has streaked into the finishing stretch. LOL. Westcliff Koi Pond says, "Evening, Daz." Simon Shear says 6 degrees in Scotland is like summer temps. Laughing faces. It's a good job. I live far from Rob. Every time I visit David, it costs me. Yes, Vince. Grouting's all finished. Took you long enough, all been. Peter Hogan. There seems to be more negative than positive comments regarding covers. Covered mine last weekend, as I have always done this time of year. It helps hugely with the leaf fall, 100%.
It does, mate. It does.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Yeah.
But I mean, I have a cover on in a sense, mate, all year round. I have a netting over my pond all year round to prevent that kind of thing. Yeah. Purely because I don't have any. I do have one. I have a silver birch and my acer in my garden. Now, I get the odd leaf fall from them. Yeah. Most of them I get swept up, cleaned up. But at the bottom of the court that I live on is 3 massive, great big oak trees, and they blast leaves into my garden pond all the time. So I netted it off and covered it up. But yeah, I think. Yeah.
I have a Stephanie, so she gets the panda and does.
I have a Stephanie. I have a Michael, but she doesn't. Not negative, Peter. The negative bit that what I was saying about is I think some people are putting them on too early. If you're putting them on to prevent leaf falling into your pond, then use a net. You can still see your fish. You're not closing them in. If you're putting them on to keep the heat in, yeah, it makes sense. Makes complete sense. But I do think people batten down for winter way too soon and consider wrapping them up in cotton wool way too long sometimes. No.
End of the day, I like to watch my fish as long as I possibly
Yeah,
can.
yeah, I do too. Photo Paul, 1961. Paul from Liverpool. When do you stop feeding my fish before cold weather? Right. Stop feeding them, to me, mate, for me, and we touched on this a little bit earlier, I would say stop feeding them when they stop coming up asking for it, mate. If they're still coming up and they're eating and you're not feeding high protein, like an all season or wheat germ, that's when I'd stop feeding, mate, when they stop coming up and asking for it. Skeggy says, photo Paul, when they stop eating.
Yeah. Be guided by them, exactly. Yeah.
100%, mate. I agree with that, Skeggy. That was a far, quick, simpler answer. They actually pain less because all the nerves endings have gone. But they actually have less pain what with massive great big ulcers in the side. Yeah. Might call bullshit on that one. Like, I can't give one of these for ages. There you go.
Yeah, Skeggy's got a backbone.
You got that one today, mate. Don't know where the hell hell has gone in the last couple of years with bacteria. Again, you got me. Thank you, and thumbs up. My 8-foot reef tank uses lots of electricity too. Wow, 8-foot reef tank. That'd be nice to see. I'd like to see that. Talking of tanks, let's bring up this. And we'll go to that. We've had a rescape on mine. Oh, you little, god damn you! Pull one of my new plants out, floating up top there. I rescaped my tank, putting some dragon rock clusters of it all the way around here, and then load more new pieces as well. But I've still got some in me like coral type rock or whatever the type it's called. Put some new plants in, banged all them in this evening, and had a fresh look to it all.
Yeah, I think it's called Tufter Rock.
This stuff, yeah, I can't remember what it's called, mate.
Yeah, I think it's called Tufter Rock.
It's Tufa, is it?
Tufa Rock, that's it.
Yeah,
Tufa Rock, that's it.
Or lime
Quick
stone.
sponsorship there for everybody's.
It's volcanic.
It is, yes.
Yeah.
But yeah, we had a change of the tank and a rescape of it all.
Looking good, mate. That.
Been doing a bit of scaping on his tanks these last few months, weeks, days. There's only Daz, maybe Mick to get his finished. I think you're doing a new scape, aren't you, as well, Mick?
I will be when I've got rid of these. I've got some baby plex if need to get rid of.
But we've all been. You've got some fish to get rid of. Mike's got some fish to get. I've got some fish to get. That gets rid of your fish. Jeff's got some fish to get now. His tank, I've got to admit, his tank did look damn nice, and mine looks pretty good. But Mike KH, that's in the chat as admin, is now known as
Bogwood Billionaire.
Because he's more bogwood than, well, let's put it this way: he could do with another 3 or 4 tanks, and he'd still have some left over. Dave says, anyway, time to make our tea. Chat to you later. See you in a bit, Dave. Catch you later. Mike says, evening, Koi mates. How you doing, Mike?
Evening, Mike.
I got see you from Skeggy to Dave. West Bronco says, evening, Jesper. Mike with a cupcake, not a thumbs up. Evening, Mike. Mike. Sharpest Ponwell says, evening. How you doing, bud? West Brom. Vince, Daz. Evening from Mike. Cupcake from Vince. Sharper. Evening, Sharper. Oh, God damn you! You had to put this one in, didn't you? He says aye. I'm not saying it wrong again. I don't want to be getting Sharpie. Thumbs up. Hi Mike. Hi Daniel. Life around the koi pond. I have a fish at the moment that lays in the bottom of the corner of the pond. Only feeds when I disturb him. It's been going on now for about 3 weeks. None of the fish are flashing.
Does it do this every winter? Because you had one that did this every winter.
Is it a young fish or is it an older fish? Not that that would really make any difference, but it might be, you know, if it's an older fish, it might be feeling a bit crap, bit weak, bit not really ready for this cold, dramatic change of temperature. If it's a new fish that you've just bought or you've purchased, and it don't like the cold because it's been in a warmer environment. Well, how long you had it, mate? How old is it? Kind of thing. We've got a hi Dave there from Mike. 2 years ago was the last time I took my koi out, and that was to build a new pond, and I've had him in the make koi pond for 10 years. And I've yet to have a real detrimental or fatal issue. But I'm no jam roll, so I'm on jam roll.
Simon, touch some wood quick.
Quick.
Two man.
You'll come on next week now saying you've got a problem, mate, because I'd be gutted for you if you do.
Yeah.
Probably just a temperature drop.
Yeah.
Is it a new fish or a young fish? If it's a new one and you've just got it and it's been, you know, used to warmer temps and now it's all of a sudden plummeted to what it's dropped off in these last couple of weeks, it could be that. Just I'm going to talk for a little bit early. Definitely keep it simple. Colour enhancing can bring on secondary heat. There you go.
It can.
Add spirulina powder. West Brom koi does. Do you do visits to your farm?
Yes.
Yes, he does.
Yeah.
For a small fee. Yeah. Drop us a drop.
Yeah, we'll arrange when we're next round there.
Get in touch, mate. We're always there. So
yeah.
All time.
Yeah.
We're always all time. That one will go down well. Charles Victor Brown says, I've had Daz's koi farm fish in my pond for several months now, and I've not had no problems with any of them. Growing really well apart from squash tomatoes.
He don't like them.
He don't like them, no. They are, what are they,
Akabeko.
Akabekos, yeah. Squash tomatoes. Yeah. Sounds better. Life around WhatsApps or programs do you use to edit your YouTube videos? Right. Well, I use a free one called VSDC. And you can also you can use VSDC in the free version, or you can pay for the upgraded version. I've had a couple of problems every now and again with it, I won't lie, but that's since the last update. I could back roll it, but sometimes when you come to converting it ready for uploading, you can have a few problems, but it normally sorts itself out. But that's the one that I use, VSDC. But there's loads, mate. There's loads. If I were you, what I did is I Googled the top 10 free video editing software on YouTube. And there's quite a lot, but some of them, you don't get very much stuff with them when they are the free version. And some of them are quite complex. Some of them are more difficult than others. But there's also, once you do look them up and you find them, whichever one you want, you'll always find a how-to guide, how to use them and how to work the programs online on YouTube, and step-by-step lessons to show you how to do it. So that's why I like the VSDC one, because there is several people that do lessons on how to use it. Copies koi, twisted. It weren't that warm when you fell in, bud. No, I bet it wasn't. The koi collector, how you doing, bud? Evening, lads.
Evening.
How you doing?
When are we going to see you again, mate?
Yeah, you have to pop over. Another person that needs to come to the koi farm. Come over and have a let's have a catch up. Just for Koi says, evening Koi Collector. Hi Dave, Koi Karma. Evening Ron. Hi West Bromley. Phil Walker. I don't normally cover my pond in winter. It's 550 gallons and like to see them all year round. Sorry. Yeah,
is that Mad Dog's dealer?
No. Rob Walker. That's
Rob Walker.
But this year might be covering.
Unless it's his brother.
It's the expense for me, mate, for heating. If I was heating, I'd definitely be covering.
I would, yeah.
I definitely wouldn't be covering because I wouldn't be heating.
Just current climate, you just can't afford to. Well, we can't.
But you've never done it before, and your koi have always been okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I do think.
Now, if they were 20 pounds,
they're cold-blooded fish, aren't they? The temperature of their bodies is governed by the temperature of the water around them. So if they can live within that environment, they're perfectly fine being in a cold temperature. It's not an issue.
None of us have got really high-end fish, so
no.
You know what I mean? If you've got really high-end fish,
some people that be watching might have. Doesn't necessarily.
Oh yeah, that's what I'm saying. But we haven't, have we? So we understand. No. If we understand, if they've got really high-end fish, you can understand why they would heat.
I've got 3 or 4 that'd be really, maybe 5, 6 that'd be gutted that lost. The rest of them,
replaceable, aren't they?
Well, yeah. I mean, some of the ones that you've given me, Daz, I'd be gutted if I lost some of them.
Oh yeah, but
the bigger ones. But that's because I want to see how they're going to come out.
Like to say, big shout out to Jamie at Keeping It Koi as well. Sorry for your loss, mate.
Yeah, for your bud, because there's no worse than coming home, getting up in the morning and finding all your fish out. I'm sorry, mate. Absolutely gut wrenching to see somebody else going through all that kind of thing. And I certainly hope, mate. It wasn't any of the comments. I hope it was something natural, by which I mean a disaster type thing, something that's gone wrong. That some horrible bastard doing that to you. Because if they did, then
it's slow, lad. Yeah, that's it. Come on.
Not they did, but if somebody did that, that's a real shit thing to do to anybody.
Yes.
I wouldn't like to think there were anybody out there that'd be that nasty. That's in this kind of community doing that kind of thing to koi. Because if you are, well, then you deserve a bullet in your head.
Yeah. We tend to jump to conclusions sometimes with things like that.
Yeah, paranoia kicks in. You think the worst straight away.
Yeah, you do. Very often
there's some explanations for what could have happened.
Yeah.
One of them things, mate, innit? We live and we learn. Best foot forward from it. And,
perfect point. My mate, he knew a koi guy, and he used to do competitions, and all the fish started dying in his pond, and he was convinced that someone was poisoning his fish. And in the end, he got someone from CFAS around, and they did a water test. And it turned out to be the copper in the tantalizing of his decking that he'd had put around the pond that was poisoning all his fish. But he was convinced that someone was killing them on purpose because he entered the competition. So it just shows you how something you just jump to conclusions and it can be something way out there that you would never have dreamt of can kill your fish.
Yeah. Skeggy's put there, ice allows gas exchange. It's not a solid and has air channels. CO2 and O2 is without those, there is no oxygen for the fish except ESP with underwater returns.
Yeah.
With the question, mate. Thank you very much.
Yeah.
We were talking about it earlier on. That's the reason why.
Like I said, we knew Skeggy would know.
Life Around says, would you be able to gas off the pond by having a massive moving bed in your filter system?
Yes.
Right, technically, yeah, I suppose so, because it's moving that water out of that area and it's moving it all around in the circulation and it's gassing off.
Yeah, of course it would. Yes, it would.
Koi Collector, the tap The trapped CO2 is absorbed by the water, reducing the free ions, increasing the acidity, and that causes filters to crash and kills the fish.
Yes.
There we go. There's a real technical answer there. Thank you very much, mate.
Thank you, Ben.
I have a giveaway running on my latest video if everyone has missed it.
Well,
there we go. Everybody, don't leave right now, or leave right now and come back. Giveaway there. That might cost you now, mate. You might have loads of people coming there. Skeggy's Pond says, trying to find the video was a German guy. Oh, hey, sorry. Skeggy, if you find that, mate, I'll be interested in watching that. Nick Stevens, go on, Gaz. How you doing, bud? Hope you're well. Remember me telling you about the young lad, Mick, that had the bike accident? That's Nick Stevens. Hope you're well, mate. How's the family? Hope everybody's good. Koi Collector says, I've got fry in outside vats that I've spawned. They range from 1 inch up to 3 inch. What should I be feeding them over winter? The second stage food I have is high protein stuff. Any suggestions? Live food.
3 mil Japanese mix. It's 38% protein. That's what I'd go for.
Yeah, the Japanese mix.
I've got 3 mil though.
Oh, a 3 inch fish, is it?
Yeah, definitely. I've got fish smaller than 3 inch. Eating the 3 inch. 3 mil.
Yeah, count on 3 mil pellet. Yeah.
Or you could get the same size 3 mil pellet and drop it down to slightly less protein at the inside. You say?
Or crush the 3 mil pellets if you've got any fish that are a little bit on the smaller side than 3 inch.
I swear by that stuff. A lot of people don't think it's much good, but goddamn, I think that stuff's brilliant.
We've all been using it, haven't we, with really good results this year.
Mike Bass says, I'm going to the EMKC pond visit in Derby on Saturday. Woohoo! Enjoy. East Midland Koi Club, if anybody's wondering.
I don't know if I'm going to make it because I've
that's it.
Yeah, I can't make it this week, and I've
the job for the last 2 weeks. I can't cancel them again.
I've promised to I spend a little time at home as I've been out for the last 8 weeks on the trot. So, Simon Shears says, Xbox, PlayStation, Virgin Skybox all consume 250 watts each. So why worry about 60 to 100 watts? That's nothing, mate. My PC power supply in here is 650 watts on its own. So maybe, actually, I can't remember. I upgraded to a 700 watt. So yeah, keeps my legs warm though. Saves me having to put heating on. It does, mate. We are going to the EMKC pond visit in Derby too. See you there, Mike Bass. There you go. Charlie Mr. Brown says at Simon.
What time is it, Mike Bass? The pond visit, just in case I can't make it.
Lindo's, mate. Lindo. Yeah. What time is it? What time is the actual kickoff? It's Saturday anyway, isn't it? I definitely can't do Saturday.
Yeah.
I can play out on Sunday, but not Saturday. Charlie says, cheers to true, mate. Teresa Morgan says, good evening all. Good evening, Teresa.
Hi, Teresa.
I treat energy like sun.
Just having snacks.
From what snacks did you get then? That's to Teresa Morgan.
Sorry, boss. Having to snack. That's
lovely. They're really nice.
No. Show me that other one that somebody's trying to put across the screen.
These guys are just going to argue about buns now.
What's that other one? Was that a Rolo one? That's better. That's better. Oh, and the cruncher. Oh, who's doing a double train?
Life Brown says, I'm sat in the pond shack watching fish while my wife's in the house watching soaps. You got the better end of that deal, mate. Fire Design says, Twisted, you entering Olympics synchronized diving. Regarding ice, you can heat a hole in the ice using an aquarium heater to allow the gas to escape, or use a waterfall. This moving water prevents ice from forming. Well, we touched on this the other week. It doesn't.
We don't. And please, and
definitely
who
please.
was it?
I've personally done ice climbs up waterfalls myself, mate. So.
I'm not taking the piss when I say this. Somebody said that they put salt in the pond to stop it freezing.
To help with
stop it freezing. But the amount of salinity that pond
0.03% will not help with the pond not freezing.
0.9% wouldn't either. So
no,
we have to be.
You need a hell. I mean, look at the poles.
Yeah,
they freeze, and that's salt water. Kathleen Kit Kat says, "Good evening, good evening, Kathleen. I hope you're well." Twister says, "Sorry,
I'm Twister man than Kit Kat.
Did I roll my eyes out loud?" Andrew Wiglet says, "Evening, guys. Hope you're all good."
Hi, Andrew.
Laugh my ass off. I laughed so hard when I heard after convos. Pissed myself laughing. Andrew. Phil Walker, I never cover my pond. Plus, I like to see my koi all year round. It's 550 gallons. The shower is inside my filter house and heated. I will keep that running, but this year I think I will be covering. I mean, is that double type? Did I read it out once, or have I just jumped back up loads?
I think you have, yeah.
I'm covering my pond in bogwood this year. A new floating tank. Told you. The bogwood millionaire. The Yorkshire koi. If you're after netting by debris netting, as it's finer than normal netting and prevents even fern leaves getting in the pond. There you go.
Yeah.
Looking good, Gaz, on the indoor tank. Give a shout out for Jeff and Mike's tanks. I definitely will. If they'd have shared some photos, I would have shown them, but they haven't. Sean Morris says, "Very nice, Gaz. I'm guessing that's your clown lunch." Yeah, it's quite big, isn't it? But the little bastards just dug up my new plants.
Sean's the one who wants it.
Yes, Sean. In fact, why not? No more better time right now than to. Let me see how many comments. My God.
Be prepared to be amazed.
More comments, Sean. You've just reminded me. Bogwood winter covers. Yeah. Busy bee. Hi all, bit late, but here now. Twisted, have you warmed up now? Hi, Busy bee from Kathleen. Only just busy, hun. Cupcake, busy, thumbs up. Hi, Vince, for 2 cats. Pick me up, Pete. Has the Twisted Ones trainers dried out yet? I did have a laugh at that when I heard that this morning up thing, and all his clothes were still outside. Did you strip off your garden, Vince? You get them all off right quick so you could run back in and get a towel around you. I had visions of you doing that. I thought that'd have been pretty funny. Join the EMKC. We are visiting Daz in November. Yeah, there you go. There's an opportunity. Join the EMC.
Yes.
Daz's Koi Farm will be having an open day. Koi Karma says, "Hi, Busy. Hope you're good. Thumbs up." Edinburgh Koi Pod Steve says, "Good evening, all."
Evening, mate.
Evening.
Good evening, bud. Busy Bee. Hi, Dave. You good? Life around. Yeah, it's 2-year-old fish, guys. It has grown well this year as well. Well, see, it's 2-year-old fish. It's already gone.
I think it'll be temperature fluctuation though.
Maybe just slipped into a little bit of torpor earlier than the others, mate.
Yeah.
I'll pop over whenever, lads. Be good to see you all again. There we go.
Yeah.
I can send him home with loads of fish. Bring your wallet. Have I got a deal for you? I use Apple's Final Cut Pro to edit my videos. I won't use any other as it's the best out there, but it does cost 300 quid. Captain Deep Pockets right there.
Yeah.
Do as a knockoff copy. Irish, he bought new ones. I'm in a ban from koi farms. I'm banned from koi farms. Always come back with koi. Nope, Irish Geordie. It's kin freezing out there. It's kin freezing. I like that one. No relation to Rob Walker, Coy. I'm putting log burner in the filter house. Yeah, I think Dad should do that too, so we can all cut
Yeah,
it down.
I've got the log burner. I just need to finish the filter.
We need to get that done. I need to get that done, Dad.
Yeah.
Nothing for all else, just so we can come down yours on a Sunday and keep warm.
Yes.
We can't afford to do it at home in his own houses. Sounds like a good idea, Nip. I think I need one in the house. Yeah, I'd love one in here.
Yeah.
I really would. I'm a gardener and I've never put treated wood of any sort over a pond.
Yeah. Very wise.
Yeah, I was told. I mean, you've seen my pond. I put them. What are they called? Them boards.
Deck board. Oh, scaffold boards.
Scaffold boards, and I was going to put some varnish on it, but you lot told me no, because in case it leached.
Yeah. It's more the tannalizing, because tannalizing contains it's a strong insecticide to stop wood-borne beetles chewing into it, and that's toxic to fish. I know it contains a lot of copper, amongst other things.
See, the thing is, everybody makes ponds out of tannalized and sleepers. They're all tannalized treated. Yeah,
but if you just got like a top board around the perimeter, I don't think much would leach in. But this particular pond, all the deck boards with the grooves, they were pointing down towards the pond, so
everything runs to it.
Yeah, so it had quite a high dose, I imagine, when it. Because I mean, the boards are pressure treated, but they're wringing wet through normally when you buy them, so the stuff's going to ooze out and get washed in pretty easily.
There's 3 types, isn't there? There's tannalized, tannalif, which is green and brown. What's the clear one called? Can't remember what the clear one is. Yeah.
Oh God, what's it called? Yeah.
Smells just it's a clear liquid. It doesn't discolor the wood.
Yeah.
They make what's it called? They make a pressure. They make a compressed plastic one now as well, don't they?
Yeah, it's we call it composite. It's like wood and plastic mixed together. I can't really understand how you can mix wood in with plastic and.
Yeah, they do. They make that decking like that now, don't they? Like for around your caravans and verandas and such. Yeah, my mum and dad have got that. Yeah. We've got Macca's Kai says, "Hi guys, hope all is good," with a smiley face and a fish and a thumbs up. How you doing, bud? Skeggy says, 51 more subs before my next giveaway. Aha, I can't bloody find that video. I'll find it eventually. Which video? You've already pre-made one, so you was very presumptuous. Egg yolk, 2 to 3 inch. Bloody hell. They get off here egg yolk at like 2 cm. If
2 mil.
2 mil. Yeah. 5 to 6 cm. Mil. Not cm. Kyle, Macca, hello, Daz, mate. Hope all is good your end. Skeggy, doing good, Kyle. 3 p.m. Oh, 3 p.m. Not all going to think. That's random. But 3 p.m. is what time starts. Right. Good stuff. Koi Collector was thinking of crushing the wheat game, but I'll look at the Japan mix. Just time consuming. Just bang it in your lass's blender. She won't mind. Get all that noise going on. Get a new one. She gets the new. You get the new one. She gets to keep her old one. Then you don't damage the old one. The Dark Knights. We seen Daz individually picking that stuff. One piece of 3 mil pellet for many a night, mate. We were watching a movie and Daz was 1 for me, 1 for you, 1 for me.
Yeah. I don't get out much.
Well, you didn't get out much for that week, did you? While you're doing that. West Brom boy Kai says, "Evening, Kyle. Saturday pond visit starts at 3 o'clock.
Right, if I'm running time, I'll try to make it, Mike.
My PC PSU is 1,000 watts. God damn. You definitely keeping your legs warm side of that then. Oh, damn it. I just changed the speed of my mouse then. Koi Collector coffee grinder.
Yes.
Now there's a good one. But don't make a brew afterwards with it. I'll buy one for the
food by Keiko.
I'll have to buy the missus one as well. Kit Kat, Koi Collector, cheapest chips on Amazon, 15 quid. Good night, everyone. Enjoy the show. Thanks very much for joining us.
Thank
Let's
you
see
very
if
much.
we can get it right. Say goodbye, Mick, to Seska.
Seska.
Take it easy. See you on the next one, hopefully. Hi, Cope. How are you doing? Oh, Daz has just gone for a shit.
Technology.
Kia says, Skeggy. Koi Collector. That'll do. Know what I'll be buying tomorrow now. There you go. That Koi guy. Evening all. Like always, I will catch up. Hey, little man. You're knocking on the window. My little grandson's beating the window to wave. Is he going? Okay. Twister says, yep, exactly that, Gaz, bruv. People boat varnish is for sale. Is fish safe, sorry. One's cured.
All right.
Mike KH, how's the new pond build coming on, Daz? And then little link there, Gaz. Which brings us on to our next subject. And that next subject will be perfectly timed because I've already seen this and I can share this with all. This is the section where Mick has done a little bit of a production for us to have a watch. Bearing in mind it's his first go.
Yeah. Sorry about the breathing. You can hear me go.
So what we'll do.
You was
right
poorly
now-
at the time, though, Mick.
Pardon?
You was poorly at the time,
Yeah.
though, mate.
Yeah, you were. You weren't doing too good. So what we will do right now is we'll bang this one up, and then I'm going to share the pictures of Ross Jacobs and Sean Morris's tropical fish tanks that they shared with us. So without further ado, I will put this one on and let you all have a little watch of this.
Right, hi guys. We're at Dad's Koi Farm. We just started doing one of the new holding ponds. We've got Daz and Colin here today.
Hi all.
Yep. Unfortunately, Gaz and Jeff couldn't be with us, but making quite good progress at the minute. Like I say, looking forward to seeing what it's going to be when it's done. What size is it going to be, Daz, when it's done?
16 foot long by 12 foot wide. And the same again. 16 by 24.
Yeah, so it's going to be 16 by 24, split in half, so it's going to have two ponds. Yeah, they're going to be about 4 foot deep. So.
And we'll put the tops of the posts up. We'll put the concrete boards in. Put them to the right height. And we'll put the concrete posts off at the top. Yeah. Like a decorative capping round.
Yeah, it's going to look amazing. Right, I'll get back to you soon, guys. Yep, like I say, they're just taking out the soil now for the centre support post. Yeah, it's going to be one nice holding tank pond when it's done. Like I say, these two are like machines. Yeah, it's looking really good, really cool. Yeah, this will be for growing on 6-inch fish, isn't it, Daz? 6-inch up to 12-inch fish. This one will be for the fry stage, I think, and fingerling stage. So like I say, it's yeah, very exciting times here at Daz's Koi Farm and the GKP. Like I say, it's interesting. Every day is a learning day with us. And like I say, it's going to be very, very good when it's done. Right, guys. Colin there, just leveling the ground off. Yeah. We're just dry fitting the boards at the minute.
Make sure we've gone right.
Make sure we get them level and all good. Like I say, it's interesting to see men at work working hard. But the plan of action is try to get all the boards in, dry fitted kind of thing, and then concrete them in. Right, welcome back. Just thought do another clip of what the lads have been doing. One full complete wall done now. Colin's on the digging the central trough out now, going like deeper in the centre. So we'll have like a 1.5 foot shelf all the way around, and then dropping down to 4 foot in that area, 3.5 foot, 4 foot. Put like a chamfer on this side and then a chamfer on this side, so as the fish poo, it will all collect in the central channel. Then all Daz has to do is just hoover all the debris and detritus out of the channel. In a minute we'll be dropping another post in here, and then another post on the centre over that side, and another post there like that one to give it full structure. Yeah, we'll get, like I say, we'll get both sides done. Missing one post, one post for there. But like I say, we can always do something next weekend or the weekend after. Come down again if it's okay with Daz. Like I say, this is what it's all about, mate, lads, people. Helping friends out. Like I say, enjoying the hobby. Like I say, it's a spectacular place. Like I say, you got the polytunnel there. Yeah, that. Yep. Colin's up for hire if you want old digging. Yeah. Polytunnel there. This is a new long koi house with 2 3,500 litre sleeper ponds. You got a 5,000 litre pond there. I mean, these are all things all you know guys know, but no, it's coming along nicely. Big new plans for the farm next year. This is why, like I say, we're trying to future-proof the pond, the farm. That's what Daz is doing at the moment, isn't it, Daz?
Yeah. Digging for victory. Finding pebbles.
If we find any rare coins, we're stopping work.
Yeah,
we're done.
We retire.
Right, I'll catch you back in a bit, guys. Right, guys, a little bit of progress has been done. Let's spin you around, show you what so far. Daz has just dug this out and put the second post in. He's just gone to get some kickboards. Colin has started digging the centre out, so it's going down to 3.5 foot. 3 foot there, 6 to 8 inches there, so just over 3.5 foot. So by the time it's done, just to, like I say, give them a little bit of extra depth in there. And what the thought of it is, we're going to slope the ramp towards the centre, and the debris and the like I say, the detritus will all collect in this, like I said earlier on, and it gets sucked up from the pump, and then if there's any heavy debris, it's just a quick vacuum out. But nice. Yeah, what are you thinking then, Carl? What do you think about your progress, what you've done, mate?
Oh, my back, mate. Yeah, it's alright, mate, it's alright.
Yeah?
I'm looking at the end goal.
Yeah?
Got to get up to this, I've got 3 foot to go.
Yep.
And then I'm having a break.
Yep. Brilliant.
I'm going to sit and watch best thing, see how bit the
But nice. It is looking good.
This would have been done if Jeff had been here, though.
Oh no, that's it. Go on then, tell him off then.
Yeah.
Tell Jeff off then, Carl.
Yeah.
We needed you, Jeff.
did.
Where are you?
Needed Jeff doing a proper man's job.
Yeah. That's it. Right, catch you in a bit, guys. Right, guys. Let's show you what the guys have been doing. Really impressed what they've done today, and like I say, really good. Like I say, it's we've done basically one side of the pond today. Dug down there. What's your thoughts then, Daz? Sorry.
Oh, well happy, yeah, we've made good progress. Yeah. It's looking like a pond at last.
Yeah.
Instead of a hole in the ground.
What's your thoughts, Cole?
Yeah, it's alright, mate. It's alright. It's coming on slowly. It's nice.
Yep. Like I say, this will be.
I've worked really hard.
You have.
Yeah, he's worked like a true.
Yeah. Like I say, this will be end of part 1.
Yeah.
Hope you guys like what you're seeing so far. Like I say, work in progress. And like I say, we'll see you on part 2, guys.
So, that's being brought to you by Mix Lawson's Productions.
Yeah, a little bit
Thanks
of
for that,
You got quite far, didn't you?
rope.
You got quite a lot done, didn't you, really, to be fair?
Yeah. Well, we weren't intending doing it, but it's just we got carried away. Was expecting it to rain, to be honest.
Oh, what's it called? We got another piece done as well. That one hit.
No, we got 3 sides done. So we've just got 1 side to go now.
Yeah.
Just shut that door so there's not kids' cartoons playing in the background. So you got the third side done.
Yeah.
There's only 1 side to do, and then really we're talking about dropping a liner in. Shaping up a bit of it and getting a liner.
Yeah.
And you've already got a liner ready for that one, haven't you?
No.
Oh,
That
no, you
one
haven't.
is for the one down the garden. The
one for your mum's wanting.
yes.
Yeah.
Oh no. No. No.
Another one.
2 liners for 2 other different ponds. I've got a box rolled liner that's one my mum wants as a window pond on the decking for us as sleepers, and then the other liner I've got is for the compost bins right at the very bottom, the concrete bins that we're going to turn into koi ponds. So I've got a liner that will fit one of those.
So we've got some work to be doing then, mate, haven't we?
Yeah.
Well, there's us saying end of season. Yeah, no. Not end of season. We've got plenty of digging to do, mate. Colin?
Like I say, new big things coming to the farm, isn't there?
That's it. Well, it's the next stage, isn't it, mate? It's the next step.
It is.
The next step, we are spending stupid money to progressively get you to where you need to be going so that you can start advancing a bit more with it. So,
and this is the thing. It's about keep doing another pond and another pond, but it not costing a fortune.
yeah.
So-
On a budget, till you can start producing from it, and then you can start investing into it.
Exactly, yeah. And the next stage is about volume of water, getting bigger volumes of water to grow bigger fish faster.
Yeah.
Get a little fry going on, get them to a decent size, get them into. Now, what was the literage, Mick? What did it work out?
26,000 litres there'll be.
Each one of those, as you can see in the first one, there'll be one there, and then there'll be one at the side of it, and both of them will be 26,000 litres each.
Yeah,
So
so
it'll be a decent size to grow the fry on in.
52,000 litres for the two of them, I think.
Yeah. I mean, that's basically adding double what water volume you've got already just in them 2 ponds.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a lot of space, mate. A lot more fish
It
can
is.
grow. We'll catch up a couple other comments, see what people thought and what everybody else has been saying in between, because I still haven't got to the bottom yet. So, Koi Collector says, if I get any more fish, I'll be divorced. James the Koi Whisperer in the house, and he says, hello. Big news with the Koi Whisperer tonight.
Evening, James.
Good evening. Scoggy says, the videos off the covers. Oh, the videos of the covers, should I say. Twisted Koi says, what's that, James? Skeggy says, have you decided to leave the fish alone, James?
Yeah, you can't leave them dangling, James.
As what?
So you can't leave them dangling like that.
No.
Yeah, you will do.
Nice one, James. I'll be watching that, mate. With
Yeah,
a thumbs up. JKW with a thumbs up. Kathleen says, Koi Collector, do what we do with no clothes. Had it ages, you just haven't noticed it. Not noticed, lol.
What?
Do what we do with no clothes.
Yeah, the lady, she's a cat's a lady, isn't she? Like new clothes. Ladies have new clothes and they don't. Yeah.
I'm with you. Now I get you.
So if the
So-
ladies don't,
You put it to the back of the wardrobe, and then you just bring it out at the end of the season, and you go,
yeah,
We needed the ladies' fashion perspective, didn't we?
yeah, we
yeah.
and we got our regional expert, Mr. Moss.
Bag advisor there.
Kathleen says, hi, James. Copy says, Gaz sent you an email pic of the bad koi. Ooh, let's. Oh, damn it. Something's falling again. Leave it with me, mate.
Yeah.
Drop me one in Telegram, Copy. What was causing it, James? I have worked the problem out at last, but not spilling the beans. But whoop, happy days was well worth me digging. And I'm going to predict my prediction is shit inside your bottom drain, all clogged up, causing bad bacteria. That's what I think your problem was. But let's see. Let's see if my prediction were right, or have I got inside information?
Ooh.
Glad to see you've sorted it, James.
Yeah.
Darth Lawson.
Was screaming. That was a good day. That was a good day.
It was proper badly though. It was peel. Well, he'd had a big abscess, hadn't you? In his face, is all swollen up, and a big abscess in his tooth. Irish Geordie Coy says, "Glad to hear it, James. Lad, I was worried on your last few videos, lad." Koi Collector says, "Looking forward to watching that, James. Always cracking video you do, mate. Glad you got to the bottom of it."
Yeah. It's good news.
The one thing I will say, James, and I was going to send you a message, but you need to raise those
Backy showers.
back
They
showers.
are. They're in the
And
water, aren't they?
forget the fact of fish only flash for when they've got problems. Fish don't have to tear around when they're spawning too, mate. And if they go in there and start spawning up against close to them and start bashing themselves, they'll be cut to
You've got
pieces.
some amazing fish, though, haven't you? I mean, the big fish as well. You've got no small fish. They come up.
But that's what Mike's did, didn't it? Mike bumped his head on his blade because he's a little bit too low.
Yeah, they come up and feed, and all it takes is for them to get spooked, spin around and bashes them.
Yeah,
I think the one on the face, you know, the one on the mark on the face, I think that's where that's come from, probably.
Yeah.
Come from that.
Well, raised up, took something and just turned and dinked his head as it's gone up corner.
Yeah. It looks like that way, because it doesn't look like an ulceration, does it?
No, it's definitely. You could see the gouge in its head, definitely. I mean, James knows it would have cut. He says it in his video, like, he believes it would have cut. Yorkshire Koi says, if anyone out there has a second-hand skimmer box, please let me know, as I'm looking at rebuilding a small in-ground pond. Thanks, these things are really expensive. Skeggy says, build your own pole. Right, he has a couple of good tutorials in one of his old pond out of a blue barrel. Yeah, I remember seeing that one. Doesn't even have to be a barrel. True Vince, you can use any container, Euro container, and a pond plant basket.
Yeah.
Well done, Mick, from Mike.
Thank you, mate.
Well narrated, Mick. Great job from Life Around the Koi Pond.
Thank you, mate.
Skeggy, I need Dazza for the weekend rather than hiring an excavator. Full fridge of chocolate and yogurt. I mean, you might get us all there for that.
Yeah.
Oh no, actually, it needs to be trifle. Daz will be shoveling it in with the shovel. That will last seconds. Yep, Mike, but now it's getting expensive. You have to make it yourself, homemade. He already specialises in homemade trifles. With an LOL from Mike. It's our labour of love by looks of things. Well done, guys. I like the E. Best day ever. Oh, well, just think how much fun you can have when you come up to my house then, mate. We have a barbecue and beers and digging a garden and pond.
Yeah, that's what it's about, though, isn't it?
It is, mate. It's just about. More
people involved in it.
Say again, Mick. Sorry, I'm talking over you.
Get more people involved in it. If it's okay with you guys, and just
well, that's it. That's the way to do it. The best way to do any project is numbers. Throw numbers at it, and you get through it in no time. It's the best way. Up North Koi Pond, Si says, top work, Mick. Thumbs up and well done.
You, Si.
I like the concrete fencing idea. Yeah, I thought it was a pretty nifty idea. And hopefully, fingers crossed, well, we're going to get to find out together when we start putting how many? 20?
Well, I got them there and I priced up sleepers and I thought, wow, I'm talking into about £1.5 to £2 worth of sleepers. And I thought, well, I've got all these posts and gravel boards spare, may as well use them.
Oh, so those are the ones from the bottom of the garden? Down bottom?
These are from the gravel board. The posts are ones I brought back from jobs. I've had to buy 3 posts to make up the numbers. But all the gravel boards were around the vegetable beds, making the raised beds, which my mum wanted flattening. So I've stripped off all the topsoil from there, used that for jobs. And I've got all the gravel boards spare, so might as well use them.
I'll make use of them, mate.
Yeah, it's cost next to nothing.
And we've got, what's it called? We've got plenty of mud to be moved.
A lot of there.
Like I say, down to the bottom end. Because do you want to say what you were thinking about doing to everybody? Or?
Well, what I was thinking of doing, because we've got a fair pile of clay now, probably about a couple of tons. And I was thinking of taking it down to the bottom of the garden and using it to make like a berm all the way around. Yeah. So to make a mud pond, to make like a bank, to enclose a mud pond.
A little bank about a foot high, spread over a quite large area, liner in it, and it's just another fry holding tank. Like I say, it's
fry mud pond.
That's it. That's all. Loads to do. Well done, Mick. Good effort.
Thank you, Dave.
Well done, Mick. You did good.
Thank you, Kathleen.
Skeggy's pond says just need Mick Landscape.
Yeah.
Sorry, Teach Mick Landscape. Yeah.
Yeah.
We
Guys,
did
weekend.
do it, and I tried to fill in the size just to make it look a little bit better than what it was. But yeah, that's all. That's the only. I think you did pretty good, mate. Well, not pretty good, pretty well, mate. I mean,
Yeah. Thank you.
It's hard to think of what to say. It's hard to narrate and talk when you feel awkward and you've got a camera in front of yourself. But in all, mate, I think you did a good job.
Thank you very much.
As big as my pond?
Yeah.
I don't know how big. I know yours was massive, isn't it? Scale?
25,000 litres scheduled in.
25,000 litres. Howdy doody all.
Oh, yeah.
We've got evening, Steph. Daz, where is your farm?
Nottingham.
Hey, Skeggy, mate.
It's Beeston.
Oh, I never know how to say this one. This one was just as. What was this one?
Nsini.
I seen it.
I seen it.
I seen it, Koi. Evening, Steph. Daz, where's your Koi farm? We've already had that one. Hi, Skeggy, mate. Hi, ain't seen it. Hi, Kathleen. Should have fitted a purge. Should have fitted a purge. Should have fitted a purge.
Where?
Yeah, I agree. Hi, Vince. Micro digger. Daz. Yeah, that's what I just want somebody to get a digger so I can have a plain one for once. Make a good fruit salad. Nip, you saying Dazza is a micro digger? Laughing faces. Danger Mouse, no longer Danger Mouse.
Well, Digger Mouse, no longer.
Digger Mouse.
Danger Mouse,
Yeah.
no longer Danger Mouse. Yeah, I mean, if you listen to the footage, that guy Colin said he'd been watching Daz while he didn't do no. Maybe the secret digger. Maybe the secret digger's Colin.
Not looking, that shovel will hit him in the back of the head.
Card Collector says, how much weight can them gravel boards take? Like the look of that to replace my vats quicker than blocking. Yeah, we see this is a thing, mate.
Yeah.
We were talking about it, weren't we?
Yeah, it's got three rebars in it, the gravel boards have. So the
We've seen it.
Takes some
And
load.
you're not going to remember where we've seen it, but I can remember Vince's video when he went down to New Forest Coy. They had scaffolding boards on some of their ponds.
Yeah.
If you can remember, they did have scaffolding boards on
Well,
some of the ponds.
they had a lot of their ponds looked like they were bulging and just breeze box stacked.
Yeah, and them, yeah.
And then just some timber posts braiding to the ground in front of them, and that was it.
Yeah.
I mean, it doesn't take as much as what you think about. For example, those ponds where you slot them all together and they're tongued and grooved, and you stack one board on top of another one, it goes all the way around. There's a full frame system. You can get them in like round, squares, rectangles, all fancy. And all they are is a tongue and groove, which is 12 millimeters, and then a 20 millimeter, then 12 millimeter. So that's 24 mil of timber holding back that pressure of water. So you have a 2-inch concrete board,
Gravel board, yeah.
gravel board,
Yeah.
should do it. No, man.
I mean,
Especially
they're rammed.
of course, with rebar in it. You'd think.
The posts are rammed in 1.5 foot, but
Yeah.
the back
They're
fill-
also sheared up, aren't they? The way the pressure is, they're also going to be sheared
Yeah.
up to land as well, aren't they?
we're backfilling all that with concrete.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's 1.5 gravel boards high. The trenches all the way around, so we'll fill that with concrete. So the first 1.5 gravel boards will have concrete behind them, so it'll be soft. No way of pressure to push it. So hopefully it'll all stay put.
Copsy says, nice one, Mick.
Thanks,
Vince
Coxie, mate.
with a laughing face. Vince with another laughing face. Ooh. Oh, wow. If anybody wants the link, there's the link. And
Yeah, can you get rid of that, lads?
you must use your mud to make a big waterfall. And then we've got a gun. Somebody, oh, grandson's got a gun. This is going to end up in Papa getting shot in the head. JCB microdigger are the. Wow. You shot me in the arm, didn't you? The JCB microdiggers are the great tools. Gets the job done in no time. Best to find out where their services are before you start digging any ponds.
We've got a Colin and Daz.
No, I mean in services. He means we need to use a Capcan and a Jenny to make sure that there's no cables. No
automate all the gas pipe. Yeah.
But it just so happens, mate, that I'm qualified and trained in how to identify and find them too, so we can do it really easy. Where's your bullet gone, bud? You predicted bacteria in bottom drains. James has no purge. That's what Daz, how you fancy coming up to rip a private hedge out and put in a fence up? There you go. Sounds like you could just get shot in the guts.
Yeah. Whereabouts? How far up north are you?
Chesterfield.
He's not up north, is he?
Chesterfield's not.
He just thinks he's up north. Thinks because kind of close.
Yeah. we'll have a chat about it, although I am busy till after
Vince
Christmas.
says, I'll come up and give you an hand, Simon.
Yeah,
I have no intention of doing it myself, Vince. It's about 70 foot long.
Wow. I don't know if Vince the Southern Pansy would be able to come up this way north with his northern
His knuckles aren't long enough anyway to drag on the
his
floor.
knuckles are, his arms aren't long enough to drag along the floor. Everybody know we're an imposter.
Yeah.
I did say I'd also share the pictures of
Simon's and
Koi Karma says, hi guys, going to go to bed. I'm up at 4 tomorrow morning. God damn. That's an early start, mate. Take it easy, bud.
Thank you very much for watching, mate.
Yeah, thanks for viewing.
Give your mud away on Facebook Marketplace.
Oh, no, we need it. We want it. We want it. We need
Unless
it.
you want to make bricks out of it.
He's going to grind. What he's going to do is going to grind it all up, and he's going to sell it as Daz's koi farm.
Because clay, yeah.
Clay.
Mineral enriched.
Sorry, laughing at Simon's comment there. I've got about 300 foot long if anyone wants some practice. Yeah. Good night, Koi Karma. Vince might get a nosebleed this far up north.
Yeah.
Night, Koi Karma. Night, Dave. Night, Dave. His nose would bleed coming up here, says Simon. I did say that I would share, while you guys just chat amongst yourselves for a minute. I did say I'd share some other pictures, didn't I? This is Ross Jacobs' tropical setup that he said last week. He also keeps tropical fish. And this is what he
Impressive.
keeps. This is in his basement. Which is quite some basement setup for your own.
A lot of
private
tanks.
selection of tropical fish.
Used to be like my fish room a little bit, that.
Play it again because it is only a short video. That's a
Cracking job there, mate. Cracking job.
serious fish keeping, that when you're keeping your tropicals like that yourself, and also keeping koi as well.
Yeah.
I did have another one as well, which I can share.
This is insane. This tank's like a wow tank.
This oil is. I've seen it.
That is beautiful.
Yeah, screen. Second one. Well, and if I open that up, we should see. I put that on there. I make that full screen. Hopefully you can see that. So that's this is Sean Morris's tropical fish tank, which is pretty damn nice.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
Look at the rainbows.
Oh, I love rainbows. Yeah. They're such a weird shape, rainbows are.
They are funny looking fish, aren't they, shape wise?
Oh,
And
Did you see that? He's got some long thin Congo tetras in there as well.
Yeah, they're big, them, aren't
Whoa. Oh, they're torpedo barbs as well.
Mm.
they? Yeah, that's a good 4-inch torpedo. That isn't it?
Nice fish in there.
Yeah. I mean, the ruby rainbow. Bloody hell, that's,
I'd like to just have a quick look at that while I just say goodbye to my grandson so you two can fill.
Okay, mate. Wow.
Yeah. Got some nice rainbow.
Yeah. What do you have? Do you have any type of plex in there? And no, that's one impressive tank.
Cheers.
That's
Very
beautiful.
nice.
Wow.
Nice. Nice
The
tank.
long thin Congo tetra. But I've always wanted some Congo tetras, but you need a really big tank.
Yeah. Well, he's certainly got that.
Oh yeah. Yeah, that's impressive.
Yeah.
Really is. We'd like to know what kind of system he's running on it. Is he running some kind of FX on it, or is it sump? Is it sump? No.
It's way over my head, that is. You're talking a different language, mate.
Oh, sump means is like a fish tank underneath with like all filter system, like a all media in kind of thing, and it's fit.
Yeah.
And it's done that way. It don't look like it is, but
what's the FX bit though?
FX, it's like a big canister filter. What goes into one of the cupboards underneath.
Yeah.
Mike runs an FX4. Jeff,
would that have a UV in it and everything as well?
Pardon?
Would that have a UV in it? The canister filter, like the koi.
Some of them, I think some canister filters do. I don't know if the FXs do. But Jeff,
as you can tell, I haven't a clue about tropical fish.
Yeah, Jeff runs at FX6, I think, FX4. Mike does as well. But no,
Yeah.
they're beautiful. That's a dream tank, though, isn't it?
It is, yeah.
Yeah, really is beautiful.
Nice planting as well.
Yeah, I mean, you got some Valis, you got some what's it called, Java Fern. Yeah, I think on the other pictures he had some Anubis, I think.
Mm.
I mean, just the woods, just the scaping of it, it's really impressive.
Yeah. There's some bits of bogwood in there that Mike's missed.
Yeah.
He didn't manage to buy them.
But no, that's
very nice.
Bloody hell, them rainbows are something else, aren't they?
They're good size as well, yeah.
Oh yeah. I mean, 4 to 6 inch, would you say?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, like I say, the Congo tetras, though, the long fin Congo tetras, they're something else.
Yeah.
That's what they look like. They look like Congo tetras.
Yeah, they do, don't they?
For it,
Sorry about that, guys. My grandson's going away on his holidays this weekend, so he's come up he's going tomorrow, so it was a chance for me to say hello and then see him before they went. I had to say goodbye before they left. Yeah, they're nice, aren't they? Them.
They are.
Some damn big fish. And that's the other one again. That's the one that we've already seen. That's Sean Morris's fish tank and Ross Jacobs' tropical setup. That has got something pretty damn good, all that.
Yeah, it's just not very often you see someone with a basement to fish in this country.
No.
That's nice.
It's spot on that.
Right, well, that's pretty much everything that I had video-wise and footage-wise that was sent in, apart from the one that dog's going to start howling because Marie's just gone out. Whereabouts were we? We got to the nosebleed, yeah. Just because you get a nosebleed looking up at me, Simon. Honestly, Si, that was some of that proper surprises. You're a lot short. I'm not saying you're short, Matt, but you're a lot smaller than what we expected.
I mean, Mike from Koi Beginnings, he's a lot bigger than you bloody think.
Mike seemed a lot taller than what we thought, and Simon was a lot smaller than what we thought. It's weird how you perceive people to be on camera when you see him in real life. You think, what a bunch of weirdos. I'll be driving through Chesterfield in the next few weeks, says Skegget. Vince, he gets vertigo looking up at me. I think
we all do. We all do, Skeggs. Look here, you're like a giant gnome.
With a laughing face.
Like a giant gnome.
Daz, up for Saturday pond visit if you're up for it. Need to convince Mick to join us Saturday.
Yeah, it's just if I can finish in time. As I say, I'm working morning time, but I'll make an early start and see if I can get done for about 2, hopefully.
I can't do both days, mate, because it's
no worries.
My wife just come in, so I'll ask her that. I can't do both days.
Life around the koi pond. I couldn't believe how much crap them drum filters collect underneath the trough from James's video. It was a proper eye opener, to say the least. Yeah, after all that money, you spend all that money and your filter system still gets full of shit like that. That was bad, wasn't it? I was quite surprised to see him pull that much crap out from inside there.
Nothing's
everything has its
perfect, is it?
Not say faults, because I wouldn't say it's a fault, but everything has its issues, doesn't it?
Yeah.
I got rid of bags of clay soil off Facebook. I got a tracked barrow holes 400 kg. Now that sounds like a toy we could use to go with a mini digger. I could put it up and down all day long. Mick, there's a job for you. We could track that up all the way down.
Nip Coy, where do you live?
Nip, can you just nip down Sunday? Nice one. Daz, can you send a quick video to look at? Daz, can I send you a quick video to look at?
Yeah.
Yeah. Daz.
Unless it means Skegger.
This is where it gets confusing.
That's good to know, Yorkshire Koi. I didn't. I hadn't thought of that. Yeah, getting rid of your clay. A lot of places will take it because a lot of people need to backfill, and it's good for backfilling. I used to use a full
denler system.
Denler system? Don't know. Me, Steph, question, yes. No, Daz, not you. Skegster, LOL. LOL. The other Daz is Dazza. Haha. I've been you. I've been good, I've been you.
Hi, David.
Dazza, can I send you a quick video to look at? Dazza. So I'd like to send you a quick video. You can
send it to you.
Send it to Gaz and he can show it to me.
There you go. David. Skegget with a laughing face. Sean Morris, cheers lads. I'm running Oasi Biomaster 850 Thermo with an EIM 800 UV and an F6 on the Congo Tetra. Is very underrated fish, Mick. It's beautiful. Mate, them fish are beautiful. And you've got them to some size, so I'm guessing they're going to be a good fair few years old as well. Nice to see fish get to a good health and good size like that. Some beautiful fish in there, mate. Absolutely lovely. Evening, David from Skegget. Has Mick got a hard on here? Bit personal. Don't know. Did you just run out there with a big hard on? I don't know. Did you see something I didn't see? Well, that'd be yeah. Not going to go there. Those drums laugh my ass off. Definitely not cost effective and has a versatility 1,500 to 5,000 sieve. My DIY 300 micron sieve cost me £5 to £10. At the moment, I'm manually clean after 2 to 3 days, but it's simple. Yeah. Same here, Simon. See, Simon, you short ass. I stood at the side of you. See, you're the same height. Mike, my late mother kept bumblebee, orange and black tropical fish. They were really small. There was a really small. Yeah. Bumblebees. At the bumblebees, ones at the bumblebees, aren't they part of the goby family?
There is a bumblebee goby, I think. Yeah.
I reckon he has his jet set wrong. Oh, right. Granular system, CO2 aquarium system. Look them up. Adabe, are you going yet? St. Daz Koi Farm. St. Daz Koi Farm. So you must have received the video.
Thanks. I have my phone. I'll have a look.
No relation to Phil, not to my knowledge anyway.
Oh, yeah, here he is. Walk koi.
There we go.
Hi, mate. You are. Like I say,
In my opinion, Gaz, IMO.
Everybody's been singing his praises and saying how much quality cut, how much quality fish is.
Yeah. Have you got any left, Rob?
Rob, come on, give yourself a shout out, mate. Bang your stuff in there. Are you doing a growing show, or you're doing a growing show for someone and just providing the fish? Which was it? I can't remember what somebody said earlier.
No, I think somebody said Rob was going to do a Karashikoi growing show for £200 less than what's his name?
What size are the fish and what age are the fish, Rob?
I have a feeling the other ones were 275, weren't they? So does that make them £75? I might be wrong. I'm just guessing here.
Yeah.
Going on my memory, which is very
Japanese
good.
as well, and it would be interesting to see what koi farm they come from as well.
Yes. What are you laughing?
Hey up, Rob. Bifter, you're always welcome to come along with us on Saturday. If Daz doesn't get done in time, did you get rid of the hard on, Mick?
That fish was amazing, though.
I got something for Gaz. You will have some thing in common soon with Gistikoi. I wonder if you can guess what it is. It must be a mug. I might have one to give you back, mate, in an exchange. How's that? Walker Koi in here. Question. I keeping quiet. Haha, David. Right then. What time are we on, chaps?
2:52.
Oh.
Just under 3 hours.
Damn, this has been a long life. We start at 7:52 a.m. now.
Go to the next comment.
Make it was a joke when you went off for a sec.
And is that a young lady? Is that a lady or a gentleman? Because I'm sure Iceni is Steph, if I'm right.
Yeah, I think it's Steph. I think we've done this one before. And said stuff we shouldn't have said. So at Mike Bass, cheers, mate. Si, get micro digger, script or grab lorry.
Yeah.
I bet those, what is it? Glab, see, I knew it. I knew we would do. See, Steph is a male.
All right, so it's Stefan.
Yeah, not Stephanie.
Not Stephanie, yeah.
I didn't fall into that trap. I remembered.
Yeah.
There you go. There you go. Steph is short for Stefan.
Yeah, but you've got to admit though, that fish tank was a dream fish tank.
It's nice to see the fish, how big they can go.
Oh yeah, I mean,
well, you haven't seen my goldfish tank yet.
Steph is short for Stephanie. There you go.
No. My wife's isn't spelled with PH. My wife is spelled STEFAINE.
Think about it then, Mick.
Yeah.
That nearly got you in trouble, didn't
Yeah.
it? Love is blind. I'm off now, guys. Been a fantastic. Looking forward to next week's show. Thank you very much, bud. Take it
Very
easy.
much, mate.
We'll
Thanks,
catch
Jamie.
you on the
Take
next
care,
one.
mate.
We are wrapping. I think we're going to wrap up this one, gentlemen. It's been a very nice live. We've had absolutely no problems, and a pleasure to sit and chat and natter with everyone.
Cheers.
I'm absolutely starving because I'm eating and I'm rather thirsty. I did ask for a coffee. My wife took my grandson home and didn't bother making one, so I guess I'm going to have to make me one.
Get your violins out.
Well, smallest one. Usual thing, guys. Thank you all for joining us. Thanks very much
Thanks,
for
everybody.
coming on and having a natter and a chat with us. Thank you again, Mick, for the little bit of
No,
filming of
Yeah,
footage
thank
you did.
you very much.
Usual thing. I'd like to thank everybody for watching. These two gentlemen for joining me. And obviously, all those people that continue to watch throughout the week. We did hit over 804 views last week with this video. And that, for us guys, was absolutely fantastic. Proper made us day. Usual thing. Like, share, subscribe, tell a friend. And until next time, keep smiling all, and we'll see you in the next one. Take it easy, guys. Hey,
Cheers,
tell it around nosy, keep smiling. We'll go through a quick couple and we'll get you. See you live around. Night, guys. Thanks for letting me join. Off to bed, guys. Great night again. Great show, guys. Mick's lost his hard on now for sure. Everybody joined earlier. The live chat is great. Thank you very much, mate. Appreciate that.
Thanks.
Ciao, Victor Brown. That's all. That's all for that's been watching. Coy, Walker Coy, Evening David Coy, Cope, Skeggy, and anyone else I've missed. Birmingham Gary says night, guys. Skeggy says night all. Charlie Victor Brown finishes it with a keep smiling. Toy Collector, nice one, guys. Yeah, Rob. Thumbs up. Good night,
Yeah.
all.
If Rob can let us know.
Yes, definitely, Rob.
Yeah,
Be in touch or someday. Let's see if we can get some contact details for Walker. In fact, we can probably find them and contact him ourselves.
Yeah.
Till next week. Keep smiling. See you all soon. Mike KH with the cricket bat. You got it in. And the cricket bat.